Here we go. We are now live on both audio and video with um, Masks Volume 2, we've decided to call it. Um, before we begin, Indigo, can you talk? I don't know if we're getting your mic correctly.
What about now?
There we go.
It was very far away from me. I don't usually have it in my face when I'm using the computer.
What?
Why does your microphone look like an incomplete Death Star?
That's all good microphones.
Because it's a ball.
Yeah.
It's just a ball.
It's a fully functional microphone.
Yeah. I don't think it's supposed to be on a boom arm, but I put it on a boom arm so it fits at my desk better.
Why not?
So
yeah, in 2017, Bryan Cranston was Zordoz, and that's an odd timing because that's right.
Yeah.
That's big Breaking Bad time.
Yeah, that was at his peak.
Is that the
We haven't seen him in many things in a while, have we?
He was in the Godzilla movie for like 5
Look,
minutes.
that was not the latest one though.
No.
That was the one from several years ago now.
Is it Godzilla currently in theaters?
I don't know if I think
a
it
new one
was
is.
recently. I don't know if it currently is. I've heard good things.
All right. I'm checking his IMDb to see where he was last in.
Very important to this.
That's our weekly Bryan Cranston check.
He was in Kung Fu Panda 4.
Okay.
I mean, he probably doesn't need to work much anymore.
No, he really
I'm
doesn't.
perfectly honest.
He's in Argyle.
Oh, well, everyone's in Argyle.
Asteroid City.
Asteroid City was good.
Okay.
It was weird, but
wasn't it also like both Argyle and Asteroid City are very different movies, but both had a star-studded cast, if I remember.
Well,
right.
Asteroid City just has the normal Wes Anderson.
Was Bryan Cranston a part of that though?
No, but there's other people that come in. But like the star-studded part of Asteroid City was the regular Wes Anderson, like, we like doing these movies crew.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Jeff Goldblum was in it for, like, 2 seconds tops. He was in, like, the closing credits scene, basically.
Now, if we want the most recent thing on Bryan Cranston's IMDb, it is the Tenacious D Baby One More Time music video.
What?
That is a very good cover, I will say.
I didn't see that. When did that come out?
I don't know. It says 2024.
Huh.
I figured if it came out last year, I would have seen it by now.
All right, I'm going.
All right. Either way, were you a giant bug to kill? Bug.
Yeah, you needed a giant swatter or a giant electric, like, buzzer tool.
Think we might need what eats bugs? A giant frog kaiju.
Giant frog? Yep. Giant frog kaiju.
That is absolutely what
if I had a nickel for every time we tried to do a kaiju in a role-playing game.
I mean, that's a
pile
genre.
of nickels.
Yeah.
I would have at least 2 nickels.
Probably
so
several
of
more.
Kaiju, are we all caught up on Kaiju number 8?
Not yet.
Anime? All right.
I've been watching. So we finished the entire season of Shangri-La Frontier, which I consider a solid 6 out of 10.
It was.
It had, for me, it had a lot of repetition involved. Like it flashbacked a lot and repeated itself a lot and had a lot of moments of blandness mixed in with moments of greatness.
I just appreciated that at no point did they say, and now the real world is ending because of something you did. Like, even when they broke out of the game and said, and this is the real world, it was, game devs are confused because this wasn't supposed to happen. It wasn't, and now everyone's dying.
What do you mean? That you can't end the world from a video game?
Yeah.
Yep. We've been rewatching Young Justice, not actually because of Masks, but it's been very helpful.
It has. It's really
Eventually,
fun going through and saying, this character is that playbook, and oh look, they just cleared a phrase.
Also, now that we're actually seeing, because we're rewatching and know what happens up through season 3, we will be watching season 4 for the first time when we reach it. The first season is very well written in terms of how smartly written it is. It's very impressive of just in general, with how they foreshadow and then red herring and then re-foreshadow things to come. Yeah.
I watched the Fallout TV show.
So no one watched Delicious in Dungeon. That's what I'm hearing.
I tried 3 episodes.
It's like the best anime
That was
of
as
the
much
season.
as I could stomach. Pun intended.
I clocked out after 1. Sorry.
No,
I think one of the guys from Smosh is in that.
I know ProZD is the dwarf guy, but for me, I guess I wish it had more plot.
It gets plot. It gets so much plot.
When does it get the plot?
I mean, it's still airing.
Okay. It didn't in the first 3 episodes that I saw.
Episode.
I think for me, the big focus of it, of fantasy culinary stuff, doesn't appeal to me.
It's a straight 50-50 mix of, like, mega dungeon crawl and cooking.
Okay.
But that every problem is solved by making, like, every plot point ends with a meal.
Yeah. I think the weird part for me is I don't like fantasy biology. I'm more interested if it was, like, actual biology or something like that.
It's a lot of fantasy biology because they cook it.
Yeah. Fantasy, what's the word? I don't remember. There's a word for food
it's
biology.
technobabble.
Yeah. Yeah. It isn't hitting for me.
Alright, fine. No one has to watch this TV show. I just think it's great.
What I have been watching is the 2005 anime, Scrapped Princess.
That's a deep cut. I don't think...
And I kind of love it. I'm watching it through the first time now, and I'm like, oh, this is actually really good. The dialogue is a bit iffy, in terms of how they say certain things. It feels like the translation might be the main issue. Everything else is like, okay, there's a bunch of mystery stuff here that's just kind of in plain sight, but never directly talked about for the first 10 episodes.
Just like a fantasy anime where the plot is they tried to kill the princess just to introduce a tragic backstory.
Until it's not, it feels like a post-sci-fi world. It actually seems quite good. Also, the tone and general character stuff is I would say, quite good.
There's an RPG. There is an official Scrapped Princess RPG.
So we made it on topic.
Add to the list.
Full circle.
Yep. But yeah, watch the first 3 episodes. Skip the opening. The opening's terrible in my opinion, but legitimately very good. Like,
it only took you a year to pick up my recommendation.
Yeah, once I started it, I that's how I am. But I would say it's probably only very slightly below the original, not the Brotherhood, FMA for me so far. I've not done the show.
So high praise.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I've not done the show. Could change.
Well, to masks.
Yeah. Any other anime that we want to talk about?
I haven't had time to watch TV in weeks, so
Oh, do we want to talk about a treadmill?
Yes, we just acquired a treadmill, which is amazing because now we can walk while watching TV. It
faces
behind you.
Yes, actually, it's directly behind you.
Yeah. I've been thinking about getting an exercise bike for the same purpose.
Yeah.
I'm just like, ooh, I could do this while I watch TV.
We found one on our Canadian equivalent.
Marissa.
It's because I already hit the 10,000 steps today of the watch that I stopped wearing for the last 2 weeks because I wasn't cracking 1,000.
2 months.
So now I'm all excited and I can walk and not have to go out and deal with the outdoors.
We found it on our Canadian equivalent of Craigslist.
Congratulations on your achievement of maintaining your fitness while being a shut-in.
Surprisingly difficult, but good. Like, I could just walk, but I'm bored while walking, so why don't I play video games?
I was promised a full-body suit with wires and treadmills by 2024, and science has yet to deliver.
I'm sure someone might have that if, like, it's just more expensive.
But you're supposed to, but someone poor who lives in a tiny apartment is supposed to be able to afford one by now.
The auto exercise
to the books
suit.
I've read.
Someone who's poor can't afford a tiny apartment right now. So.
They missed that part. They missed that part.
If they're in a tiny apartment, they're no longer poor.
You're right.
The only reason I can afford a house, the only reason I can afford to buy a house is because my wife's been saving since she was like 13 years old. She's like,
it's insane.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So,
speaking of economic disparity, masks?
We got wizards to beat up.
We got more wizards. Okay. So there's a few different. I guess we're going into this a bit more open-ended. I have an idea for an opening scene, but it doesn't have to be at the start of the session. Doesn't have to happen at all, but I want to check if you guys have any ideas for opening scenes first, if there's anything, if we want to jump into that. Depending on how proactive you were feeling. If not, I do have one idea.
I know we left off with Glitch seeing that girl in the hospital, and then I forget character names. Morg
was awoke in the morgue.
Got caught.
Morg, the haunted hero.
Yep.
Morg got caught before
he
hacked the computer.
It turns out his biggest weakness is regular healthcare workers. Twice now.
It turns out my biggest weakness is doing what I'm supposed to.
Fair. Do we want to, like, I guess my question to Morg would be, are you going to try again to get the information? Or are you going to try it again immediately, or try it just while you're in the hospital, or are you going to seek a different way?
I mean, right now I'm focused on getting my eyeball, I think, was the... You said my eyeball was in this room.
Your eyeball is in this room. I think we ended the session with the healthcare worker, like, working on like, the mortician was typing in notes after doing an autopsy or something like that.
Yeah.
And behind him, you, like, rose up with...
like, under the sheet.
Under the sheet.
Yeah.
So, if you want to continue from just where we left off exactly, then I'm good too.
See, my only, like, tool is to yell at someone to give me what they want. It's superior.
That's true. You could also,
unleash your powers of detective work.
You could unleash your powers of detective work. You could scare the mortician away if you want to.
That sounds like provoking.
That does sound like provoking in a certain way, yes. Provoking and making them think that you are, in fact, the risen dead. Not that that's inaccurate.
Yeah.
I'm sure all morticians probably have some kind of nightmares about the people they examine coming back to haunt them.
They never worked in this business again.
Yeah.
They made a whole video game about it.
Yeah. I mean, I probably think the most reasonable option is use my powers of being dead to summon my eyeball back to me from like next to them.
Like it just Iron Giant style like rolls to you.
That's the stealthy option.
That's the stealthy option.
I do think provoking them makes like my best chance because I have 3 dots. I don't know. Let's Iron Giant my eyeball back. That's the easiest thing with the least
Okay.
consequences I could immediately think of.
Okay. Then I think you are rolling with Freak to use your powers to overcome an obstacle in this case.
Yeah.
You are using your power of being dead yet somehow be
Being
connected
dead.
to your eye
Yeah.
to get it back.
I rolled an 8.
All right.
That's better than I usually roll. So.
That is. Let me pull up what that means because the PDF did not open for me when I tried to open it.
Oh.
Here we go.
I guess I could look too, right?
On a 7 to 9, mark a condition, or the GM will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary. So, do you want getting your eye back to be unstable or temporary? Or do you want a condition?
I'll take a condition.
Okay.
Before I pick the condition, I want to know what do I see when I get the eye back?
As you roll it, or as it rolls over to you, or do you mean once you pop it
As I
back
plug
in?
it back in.
I mean,
what did the eye see while it was gone?
Oh, and that's how you're sort of
Yeah,
downloading.
depending on what I get from it, I'm gonna pick the condition.
I see what you mean. Okay. So I think we have a sort of montage, a couple, probably just like 1 or 2 panels on the comic of like, I think you, if I remember correctly, your eye was like, you like put it through a crack in the window.
Yeah, I chucked it into the ambulance.
Into the ambulance. So it was probably like for a while it was rolling around on the ground, like under one of the seats for most of the time. And then eventually someone basically said like it hit someone and they noticed it and said, "Oh, what's this?" And they reached down, thinking like not realizing what it was. They reached out with their hand and picked it up, and then brought it up to look at it, and then freaked out, dropped it again, like swore and yelled and was completely not happy with that. Eventually they picked it up again and don't know how it got there and decided to most of the day was spent with your eye being carried around in a plastic bag in their pocket as they
in their pocket? All right, that's weird.
In their pocket as they tried to covertly ask around and find out if anyone was missing an eye and couldn't find anyone. Like, okay, where did this come from? And eventually had a conversation with that mortician that's next to you and probably didn't know what to do with it. So I think they probably just tried to hide it somewhere to get rid of the evidence of them having an eyeball. It's probably the eye and the ear, just because they're not going to be separated from each other because you put both in. But they hid them somewhere like here, basically. It was probably one of those 2 ambulance drivers, because they didn't know what to do with it and they didn't want to look like they'd murdered someone.
Oh, that was a big waste of time. Feeling insecure about throwing my bits around. To know.
It was an original 6-, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this has been very useless. I didn't get any information from either dead detective sleuthing task.
I think as you are reconnecting yourself, the mortician that is here, you see him like starts muttering to himself a bit, and he says, "Okay, that's that. Next one." And he stands up and he looks like he's about to like turn towards and walk towards your direction. What do you do?
Hmm. There's a lot of good tools for this in this game. Stealth
Masks.
mission tools.
Yeah, this is very much going to be a fiction focused experience.
Yeah, but also I'm a child, apparently, a dead child, and adults automatically are mean to you. Even if you're a superhero.
Sort of.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're adults to you, even if you're
Yeah.
a superhero. So yeah, I think I need to ghostly whisper at them, convincing them they need to get back down and redo everything they just did, so I can slip out.
Okay.
I'm attempting to provoke them with ghost
Ghostly
whispers.
whispers?
Yeah, from the corpse table that I'm lying on.
Okay. Is there any ventriloquism a part of this, or is it coming
No,
from
I
your
put
corpse?
the sheet over my head so they can't see my mouth moving.
Okay. Perfect. You're gonna make the mortician think that they are hallucinating. Or
Yeah,
something.
but the hallucinations are telling them to go back and redo that.
Perfect. Okay.
Pay more attention, do it better.
Are they susceptible to your words? Yes, they're a mortician in the hospital. That makes sense.
Yeah, the mortician in
We
the
already
hospital
said
listening to
they're
the
all
whispers of the dead.
terrified.
Yeah, no, you totally they that does work in this case. I think that's fair. Roll to
All right.
provoke them.
Huzzah!
Perfect. So I think there's a stop as the mortician's face goes pale, and he says, "No, not again." I and it's clear that like there's something with this there are unfortunately rarely well portrayed morticians in most stories in general, actually. Especially superhero comic book stories. This mortician is one of those not entirely sane people. So he's as soon as you start talking, he's like, "No, not again," and is clearly acting like he's heard voices before. And this isn't the first time his patients have spoken with him. So out of fear, he does exactly what you say.
Goes back and retypes up the report while I
Yeah.
slip out the door.
Yeah, and he's like, at this point, pointedly not looking in the direction of where you were lying. He's very much trying to avoid pretending that you exist. He's gonna be in for a time when he eventually does look and find you gone. You slip out the door, no problem.
Yeah.
And you can rejoin with Glitch as he leaves.
Yeah, and I think then we cut to the morning or the next day, unless anyone else has nighttime activities for like the next event.
I'm curious to see whatever scene we have set up.
Okay. So, I think it's probably that night. Later that night.
Oh, so later. Okay.
Yeah, it's probably either later that night, knowing how it might actually be a few nights later. I'll let you guys decide when this is once we get to it. But we see a abandoned, not abandoned, sorry, but an empty shipping an empty harbor. Not what is the term for where a bunch of shipping containers are stored before they're sent out? It's not directly a dock, is it? That's where the ships are.
I
I mean, shipyard, wharf.
Shipyard.
Yeah.
Dock.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, empty shipyard. Yeah, there's various colored shipping containers stacked on top of each other all across, and I think we see um, a truck, a sort of dark van, um, drives into sort of an empty space in the middle of all these shipping containers, and as it um, stops and parks, some dark figures get out, while other dark figures emerge from between two of the shipping containers as they were waiting for the van. Um, as the door to the back of the van opens and some light spills forth, you can see that the people waiting for the van um, were wizards in a very like classic outfits that you see that you have seen and faced before, where they are wearing relatively straightforward sort of stage magician coats. You also see the people driving the van are wearing dark, deep blue, glittering robes instead of stage magician coats.
Two factions of wizards working
Oh,
together.
is there a wizard war?
And
the wizard bloods and crips are out here.
so, the ones in the robes are the ones who are driving the van, and they unload like a large crate of something from the van with several more stacked in there that you see. And one of the stage magicians says, "Open it up. We want to see it." And I think um,
The
the
assistant comes out with a little, oh, and see, it's empty, and it turns it around and it's full.
not to each other they don't. In this case, yeah, they open up the thing, and we don't see what's inside it, but we just see the from the panel. It's just them looking down towards the where we see it looking down towards us, and with an appraising eye, and then after a second, it flips and we see what's inside, and there are dozens and dozens of carefully like stacked and placed wands in there.
Instead of gun running into
Arcane
wand
arms deal.
Yep.
Are these dragon heartstrings?
Yeah. They ask like, yeah, are these ones like are they good? I want to test. Like one of them like reaches forward
These
to
better
grab
be fireball.
Yeah. One of them reaches
Fireball.
forward and says like I want to test it, and the other one like starts closing and says payment first. And finally they produce several like oversized gold coins as payment.
Of course they do.
Real money, like there's credit cards in this world.
No, if these
These
guys are
guys
truly
only-
evil,
They only trade in Wizcoin.
Yeah.
if these guys are truly evil, they trade in Electrum. That's the truly evil
Ooh,
currency.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's an
They're gonna
electrum coin based on a I don't know, a cryptocurrency, like a magic. I don't know, some wizard
They
crypto
trade it-
coin.
Lich, so it's cryptocurrency.
Oh, crypto. Yeah.
I was gonna say the other option is they trade in gemstones.
Oh no! Each lich cryptocurrency, you split your phylactery among 1,000,000 electrum coins, and your
Why it
value
takes
in
so long to
level
mine more Electrum.
and then your level as a lich. As you level up as a lich, the price of your coin also goes up with you.
Oh dear.
Yeah, there's a stack of coins basically in a bag, get given, and someone like takes them out and counts them, and that's what we see exactly. Yeah, they're Electrum coins. I think there's not a face on them. Instead, it's just like probably sigils of some kind, printed around the circumference. But I think one of them, with a nod of approval, one of the stage magicians reaches towards one of the wands and like does a flip and and does a motion to use it. And I think that there's a bolt of energy that fires from it as they've gotten an order of wands of magic missiles now.
Oh no, we can't dodge it.
Oh God!
You can't.
Whatever are we gonna do?
You know, Fireball would be a bit too much of an upgrade for these guys when they're dealing
That's a
with.
good point.
Yeah, magic missile now it's basically their equivalent of guns.
Yeah.
So
Each wand has 10 casts of magic missile loaded onto it.
yep.
Dude, I'm imagining someone straps like 10 wands of magic missile to just a thing that spins, and they make a Gatling gun.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, if you're playing older D&D wizard, like, that is how you power game. You're just like, I'm covered in wands. Like,
Yeah.
all of the money is in scrolls and in wands. My spell slots are for, like, nonsense.
Yeah.
I have an arsenal attached to me.
Yep. So I think we see them like sort of as they're about to not entirely pack up and leave, but as they're discussing like future plans, they mention like they do drop the word fireball and says that like wands of fireball are on the way but much pricier, and they're probably discussing what the price would be. I'm sure at least one of you is listening in on this, but if you want to, all of you can be sort of here.
This is wizard business. Morg is like in like the camera pans somewhere, and Morg's like on I don't know what's the on top of a street light. Like,
Okay,
it's
like
in
perched?
the dockyard. No, just like holding it, like I'm laying down, holding the street light for safety.
I thought you might have been disguised as one of the speed bumps they drove over to get in here.
I'm just like hanging onto a street light.
Okay.
So they can't see me.
Perfect.
The speed bump thing is so funny though. They just run you over and then you pop up. You're like, I'm in.
But the rest of you can, totally have joined Morg if you want to in this. I guess it's up to you if it's a sting or if it's just observation.
Oh, do we have a Nova undercover as a wizard trying to buy some wands?
Oh yeah, we haven't seen the faces of the stage magicians yet.
Dude, I'm so down to be an undercover stage magician and to be like, all right, just throw out black holes.
All right, now that begs the question: who's the second stage magician then, Solar or Glitch?
I think I have to cede it to Glitch this time. I'm still trying desperately to decide if I have stealth costume because bright white.
Because your bright white is your normal costume. That's fair. Okay. So I think then while you decide that, we shall see Solar's entrance later. I'm sure that the Glitch and Void are you two.
Once we've confirmed that
once you've confirmed,
wands.
Yeah, it's magic missile wands. You've tested them. I think that what do you do? These guys, these are the two like glittering blue robed wizards. Are they're discussing the finer details with one of you two of the delivery date for the next shipment. I think they mentioned that they think like someone's been investigating us a bit more. I think they don't mention Morg by pseudonym, by hero name, but they say like some kid seems to be able to sniff through our glamours. And he's going to be a problem.
And will you guys be giving the other shipment? He's trying to make his voice sound lower.
Perfect.
Or is it one of your associates?
I think that there's a. I don't think there's a pause, but I think they say like, you're trying to find a competitor. We're the best in the business.
No, I would. I was just wondering if like we could build a rapport. I just want to make sure we're dealing with each other long term.
Boss
right?
Boss likes to keep his distance. One of them says.
I hear that about Darth Oradan.
You're just mentioning the name and hoping that's the name.
Just name drop the boss. How do
Yeah.
we spell Darth Oradan?
They pause and look at you and they say, "You want something?"
I'm on justice as I throw black holes.
Perfect.
Questions are hard.
I
Black
think
holes
behind
are-
you, you just see Glitch's like surprised face, and he's very, very quietly just saying, "This was poorly planned."
Okay.
It
Cool.
wasn't my plan.
Nope. And Morgan.
When Morg comes in your window in the middle of the night and says, "We gotta go," you go.
There's a shipment coming in. We need to intercept it.
Yep.
I don't say what it is or for who, and then you get there. And it's like, all right, put this on, and it's a tuxedo.
Considering none
And
of
so
us
a
have
tuxedo and a rabbit. And I'm like, oh, what?
What's up, Solar?
I'm just thinking, considering none of us have cell phones at the moment, it's all been contacted through more popping up in various places.
We already established that's kind of one of his things.
Mm-hmm.
We open our fridge for a midnight snack. Morg's in there.
Yep, we gotta go.
Justice waits for no snacks.
Also, I ate them while I waited.
No, of course.
So, yeah, okay, you're summoning a black hole right now as a surprise attack against them. Why don't you roll to engage a threat directly, I think? Unless, are you trying to do that, or are you trying to distract them for something?
I am trying to unleash my powers to overcome an obstacle, reshape my environment, or extend my senses.
Okay, so you're not trying to directly hurt them, you're trying to trap them for now.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, roll with Freak.
Do we still have 3 team, or does it reset?
You add one every session. If there is a large time, like, sort of break, then it resets, but that I don't think that's happened yet.
So
Okay,
in this
so now
case,
we're at
should we go with
4.
emptying combat as a team and go through those questions?
I was very tempted to say that. I think after this, now that the void everyone else is like, oh, I guess we're doing this now. Doesn't feel like everyone's entered yet, but probably immediately after this will be that.
Aha.
Okay, perfect. So, with an 11, you do it. So I think, yeah, you summon the black hole in front of them, and it probably, like, I'm guessing it sucks up the wands, the crate of wands that's between you two.
We had one magic missile wand. The rest
We
are
got one.
sticks.
Yeah. And
Oh wait, I thought, are we buying their wands?
buying
or are they
their
buying
wands.
our wands?
You were buying
We were
their
buying
wands.
their wands?
Yes.
We're getting their
Oh,
wands.
They're all real then. Yeah, don't break the wands.
I'm not breaking the
You're
wands.
not breaking the wands? Okay.
I'm black holing to, like, basically try and get the wands out of there, and then, like, also lock them down.
Okay, so you do it off a bit to the side, and then everything starts lurching and sliding towards the black hole that you have up there. The wizards are grabbing the truck, which is also slowly sliding over. They're probably going to figure a way out of this, but for now, you all have a moment to spring into action in the meanwhile.
I've got a next move here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm envisioning little bits of almost tracery, kind of like spider webs, just kind of snaking towards some of them out of the darkness there, until there's a flash in their hands where the coins were, as whatever metal we paid with, which was definitely not electrum, goes up in flame, and I'd like to provoke them to basically say, give up whatever you were doing. Whatever deal you were trying to do tonight isn't going to happen anymore. You, like, surrender to us now before anyone gets hurt.
Okay, perfect. I think you can provoke them to surrender. Yeah. Roll with superior. Obviously, this obviously might override entering combat as a team if you're able to get them to do this.
We'll see. Oh, good. I have one condition, and it's to this. I paid attention to that. Yep.
Actually, no. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to take that back. They're not susceptible to your words yet.
That was the reason that I did the fire thing of paying attention of you don't actually have anything that you're getting out of the steel. There's no reason to keep fighting.
Okay.
But they would fight for their wands back.
They're
if you
going to
burn up
fight it
all the money.
initially. I think you're going to have to build up to this. I do think if you want to, you can unleash your powers with Freak to destroy their sack of coins. And that will help establish future susceptibility to surrendering. These Blue Road Wizards, I will say, Morg, you haven't really seen before commonly. This is not just
a
another...
new order.
It's
a new order on the streets.
Yeah.
All right. How about instead of the surrender quietly, I'll say that anyways, but use this as an engage the threat, and
okay,
whatever was going up there was a little bit larger than I meant.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. I can work with that. 7.
Okay. So choose one out of the 4 options.
Create an opportunity for my allies.
Okay. So I think in this case, you're I think these two are going to split up. What happens is, as you shoot your flame towards one of these guys, you do still incinerate the bag of coins, and the coins now partly melted all sort of fall on the ground, and sort of get sort of rolling and bouncing towards the black hole, just like everything else nearby. The wizard who was holding it, probably I think swears, and then is going to reach under his robes and fish out a necklace full of like red spherical beads.
Like to jump on him from the lamppost upon recognizing this weapon.
Unfortunately, this is part of the trade blows. So as you jump down before you can reach him, he tosses some fire right back at Solar.
I would like to defend.
Perfect.
Now appeared on top of some crates just so we have the scene set. Yes.
Yeah.
So like spinning around and seeing the beads, I would like to grab the back of the truck and just push it back between the two.
Perfect.
Like intercept the beads.
Okay. Roll to defend then. Roll plus savior.
7.
All right. With a 7, it costs
Are we
you.
using team for any of these rolls?
I don't think anyone's used team yet, and none of the rolls have yet quite been ready for that. I can see, obviously, Morg could help Glitch defend Solar, but that's still
But
frozen.
8's not going to be better.
Fair enough.
For NPC threats, on a hit, you keep them safe and choose one. This is an NPC threat. On a 7 to 9, it costs you, expose yourself to danger, escalate the situation. And the choices below, I believe, are just for... Oh, and choose one. So yeah, it's for both.
Mm-hmm. Do I have... I already have influence. I'll just add a team to the pool. Make it easy.
So we should have 5 now? Because
I think so.
We start
Put
a
it
session
in
getting
chat.
1. Okay. Yep. Here, I put it. It's right here on the...
Oh, perfect. So we don't need to worry about that anymore. Cool. Do you expose yourself to danger, or do you escalate the situation, Glitch?
I'm thinking escalate the situation because a truck full of stuff just got hit by exploding beads.
Okay, perfect. So
Not the fire wine barrels.
the truck full of dangerous wands. The bead explodes under the truck, hurting none of you all, but the truck rises into the air and then drops down for a second. All all of you start hearing. I think it stops for a second, and then it starts like the back of the truck starts vibrating a bit. The crates inside it start making various different noises and glowing different variable colors as all of the magic on the various wands starts to go haywire a bit. It's like fireworks a bit. Crates and crates of fireworks. The wizard who threw the bead is, I think, they're sort of in shock while the other wizard says like, forget this, and reaches into the robe and picks out a scroll and just starts like reading a scroll like out loud. You hear the like echoing like arcane tongue being read. But
I'm going to interrupt his vocal components with my fist.
Well, Morg was already leaping down, I believe.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
right.
I would like to fall on him.
Yeah. I think that's directly engaging the threat.
I'm not very good at that.
Right under the
Nope.
perfect lamp.
But
we have team. I can help.
Body slamming a wizard is definitely that. And I think if we want to pause here, I think now we're engaging. You're fighting as a team now, for sure.
Against two guys.
Yeah, I didn't say it was a fair fight. So firstly, add two teams to the pool.
Oh, we have 7.
Does the leader have influence over every teammate? Is the leader still considered Morg right now?
Probably because Morg is the one who has the wizard vendetta.
This was a sting operation, and Void threw a void ball or whatever.
I'd actually argue the Void in this case. They
Yeah,
were
you
the
started
ones
the
who
fight.
got us into the fight
Oh.
to start with.
But then I do have influence over everyone.
Perfect. So another team gets added. Does everyone have the same purpose in the fight? I would roughly say yes.
It's to capture the wizards now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, capture. It's not destroy them, so.
Does
I
any
need to go to wizard jail.
Okay, add another
Wizard
team.
jail.
Does any team
Sounds
member
bad.
mistrust the leader or the team?
Not at the
I
moment.
don't think so right now.
They're all here on wizard ops.
Is your team ill prepared or what's up,
Uh-oh.
Solar?
I'm not 100% sure that we're all on board with starting the fight when we did. Like,
That
that
might
a
be
level-
if your team is ill prepared or off balance.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think we were ready for a smackdown with
I-
fireballs being thrown around. We were trying to
Listen,
bait out
I-
information, and the two of us were just around for safety.
I thought we were taking them down.
I
Okay.
thought we were taking them down too, because why would you send in the new guy?
Yeah, ill prepared or off balance sounds perfect.
Can't
then.
deal with a regular social situation. You send him undercover. Like
I'm
this is
dead, and Solar is famous. We
Okay,
can't
so
be
move
the
to-
undercover ops.
Yep. Okay.
That's
You have
fair.
8
You
team.
won't void up in the middle of the night.
Okay, 8 team is what we have. So Morg, you are body slamming this wizard before
Yeah.
they can finish reading their scroll.
I rolled a 4.
Ooh. We can make that into a hit if 2 of us help.
3, I think.
3.
So if
Yeah,
all
literally
3 of us.
everyone helps, it's up to you. And if you can narratively justify how.
I mean, do you want the what's it called? Potential for
Yeah,
getting
do you
a
want
miss?
XP?
I mean, I don't know. I just don't. I don't think I could. It's a lot of points to spend on.
We have 8.
I feel like we can go for a miss on this one. We're not, completely losing him right away, I assume. So we're still 4 on 2.
Yeah. So I think I miss, and I literally miss.
Okay. Yeah. That'll do it, yeah.
Your eyes still wonky.
Yep. You're a bit heavier now
lost
that you
your
have your
depth
eye and ear
perception.
back, and that small gain of weight is harder to. You can't jump as far. I'm sorry to disappoint Marissa, but it was a scroll of teleportation. So
That's what I thought.
he finishes the last word right as you're probably about to land on him, actually.
Yeah,
And it's
it's
just like pops out of existence. Good news is it's probably a lot easier of a fight now with only one wizard left. He looks at the other guy like for a second. He looks at Morg where the other guy was, and then swears again because that's probably that was supposed to be for both of them.
Yeah, it was a two-person teleporter.
Yeah. But he still has his necklace of fireball, so he grabs the whole necklace and like holds it out like a bomb, and holds it up above him like, "Don't make me use this!" And it's like looking around at everyone. The truck is still kind of going haywire and getting worse, sort of in the background. This wizard doesn't seem to have noticed that yet. There's a bunch of like whizzing and zapping and strange noises coming from it.
You don't got the nerve.
Yeah. But he's threatening to just throw the whole necklace of fireballs on the ground at his feet. It would probably ignite the whole shipyard.
While you guys are dealing with that, I'm looking at the truck and seeing that it's going critical. I will always do what needs to be done to help. I'm going to grab the damn thing and like leap off into the river with it.
Okay, perfect. I think you're rolling with Freak then to overcome an obstacle.
Uh-oh.
Also a 4.
Do you want the XP or?
Well, I mean, I have a feeling that I just did a thing. So I'm a blank slate when I live up to one of my principles. Always do what needs to be done to help. I can shift one label up and one label down, my choice. If I cause a misunderstanding, collateral damage, or unintended consequences in the process, I can mark potential.
Perfect. So I think
So you're gonna get double potential.
Yeah. So you were leaping into sort of the ocean, or maybe it's like a large river. We haven't established if Halcyon. Let's say it's the ocean.
Yeah, it's a floating magic city in the ocean.
Makes sense. Wait.
No. Halcyon is not a floating magic city.
Superhero city.
Yeah. No, magic is a new thing. We'll get to it.
Sorry. It's a floating science city in the ocean.
There we go.
I think
it's on a giant science turtle's back.
You pick up the truck and leap towards the ocean. The back door of the truck is still open, and one of the crates, while you're midair, falls out. The wands fall out of it, having like blown open the crate, and even while falling, they start like almost shooting out what definitely aren't magic missiles, but instead are like almost Harry Potter spells, like various colored sparklers and things like that of various probably chaotic effects.
Saying they're wild magic.
I was about to actually have the wizard basically say that, but yeah, I don't need to anymore. Yeah, the magic starts going haywire.
Wild magic.
Yeah, wild magic surge starts happening. I think. For collateral damage specifically, one of you three who aren't glitch can choose, like one volunteer can get polymorphed into a rabbit for a while.
I would like to do it. I would like to be a dead rabbit.
A dead rabbit.
Perfect. Roadkill is your name. All right, so you get hit with a spell and polymorphed into a rabbit for a while. I'm sure it'll wear off eventually.
Hopefully.
Glitch, you also get
into a newt.
Glitch, you get hit by a spell, but because you're not made of normal material, things get a bit weird. I think you get hit by almost a mirror image spell, and the way that it works when it creates multiple copies of you. You can perceive through all of them, but what ends up happening is it's extremely disorienting. Your code brain is not built to handle this many processes at once. And so you're suddenly seeing through effectively, you're a normal person, so to speak, suddenly seeing through like 8 different pairs of eyes and all sorts of different ears. So everything feels like it's echoing and repeating itself. You're still carrying the truck, and I think it doesn't. You don't make it all the way to the ocean, but you probably are at the edge of the dock. You land a bit early, still carrying the truck. At the edge of the dock, just near the ocean. You can push it in if you want to, but you're a bit disoriented. It'll be tricky. The wizard yells out like, "It's a wild magic surge! We have to run!" He's still holding the necklace of fireballs, but
while he's running.
Yeah, but he's just holding it up above him and running like towards the street out of the shipyard as fast as he can. You might be trying to stop him. That's fine. He would probably have to run through at least one of you, so you can intercept him pretty easily.
Can I shoot the fireball wand, and use that fire to block him off and keep him here?
There isn't a fireball wand here.
Sorry, not the fireball wand. The necklace of bombs is essentially.
Oh, you want to
hand?
shoot fire into your
into the
I
hand?
want to say that you don't actually have anything that you're threatening with us with. I can control this. I can change it to however I want it to be.
Oh. You want
okay,
to...
So you're doing superior power. You're doing superior fire control over...
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking to use reshape the environment.
That's
again,
this would be this is a very high stakes one, but it is, yes.
Because if you fail, you kill the wizard.
And maybe more, because it's, multiple fireballs at once, but yeah.
I'm sure I can do it. I'm good at this, right?
Your audience loves the technical stuff.
Yep.
You explain the complicated fire control you're using.
Yep. Okay.
Or at least the commentator does.
The commentator is like, let's stop and do a play-by-play of exactly what happens later.
It's like an NFL game where they bring out the pen and do circling.
I am still way too new with my powers to know what my limits are, so
Let's see if you reach
know
them.
how they work. Like the commentator also doesn't know.
Yeah.
He's still gonna do the breakdown.
Are you
It's a bold
announcing your
strategy.
intent to the stream before you say it? Before you do it?
I think maybe not directly like I'm going to stop him or whatnot, but it's a matter of this is your last chance to surrender. You can't leave us, or you can't get away from us now.
You can't
Or something
escape.
like that. Yeah.
Okay. So you're calling out to the wizard. He's more susceptible to fear of the wild magic surge, so is trying to get out of there. But you can still totally shoot the fire and make that roll.
Let's do it. 9.
I will help.
Okay. How do you help?
I am going to go to tackle him to make sure he can't run away, thus making him not a moving target for her to have to pew.
I think the main danger isn't if she hits the necklace of fireballs, it's containing the multi-explosion of fireballs that erupt from being hit with fire.
Then I black hole
Acting
it.
selfishly.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You could act selfishly, yeah.
I will up my freak by 1 and down mundane again, I think, in this case.
Okay.
Good,
And
yes,
use the
just
key
lead
that way.
into the free.
I did it.
This won't terrify your viewers.
Yeah, I can do this.
Well, they can't see, they can only hear.
Yet they only heard a second explosion.
But you don't have to worry. Like you don't have to. You're not taking a risk. It's only a risk if you fail.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, perfect. So, the necklaces all ignite. But I'm guessing with your powers, the explosion always is funneled upwards into the sky or something.
There's this beautiful explosion, and then just kind of almost a bubble of yes, but it doesn't pass this point to hit him.
Okay.
So it's an explosion outwards at whatever else is around, but he is still there, and whatever lingering fire is keeping him this way.
Perfect.
Toward.
Yeah, he as the explosion clears, you can he was cowering and assuming he was dead, and he looks around and realizes
jump on him.
Yeah, he realizes he's still alive, and while that's happening, you're jumping on him.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm a rabbit though, so I can't do any damage.
Oh right, you're a rabbit.
I also jump on him.
I'll continue the speaking of trying to convince him to, give up. But I suspect that being jumped is probably more prominent in the
Yeah, the give up might want to turn into superhero Miranda rights.
Void, I think you're directly engaging him.
Good thing I'm afraid. Let's do this. So subtract this by 2.
Ouch.
Now, Morg and Solar are involved, so if you want
Yes,
their help,
I'm helping.
and if you act selfishly,
I am
you
helping.
can bump that to a 7, or you could take the XP.
I'm going to take the XP because it's also a -2, so that's 2.
All right. Oh, that didn't include the -2.
Correct.
Yeah, you have to put them on.
Oh. I'm not helping if it's a
Yeah.
2.
Oh, no, wait,
No.
it does include the -2.
It's very
No.
inconsistent. I'm
It
not
doesn't.
Because
You
my
rolled a 4
danger-
plus 1 minus 1.
My danger is +1.
Oh, it modifies the modifier. Weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
This is a test. I'm taking off afraid and rolling danger again. Yeah,
Yeah,
it does.
so
That's a +1. Okay.
So yeah,
That does.
So the way I think it works, if I open up a character sheet to double check, it does modify the direct stat moves. It won't modify any on the left hand side under labels, which is weird because it actually shouldn't be doing that. It should change like moves under active moves, but it doesn't do that.
Yeah.
This is weird because sometimes you'll roll custom moves because Afraid doesn't remove danger. It is only directly engaging a threat. If you ever get any other danger moves, Afraid will modify that when it shouldn't.
Yeah.
So the sheet's weird. I might try to fix it at some point because I think I can submit a fix for it maybe. But either way, you got a 4, and you're sticking with it. You said.
Yep.
Okay.
Now
I'm
that
marking potential.
What were you going to say, Solar? Before I say anything?
I was wondering if now that we knew it was a 4, it could technically be upped if you wanted to, but no.
I think this is so much funnier if we just totally fail this bust.
I think
Fair enough.
what happens, Solar, you see what actually happens before it does. The explosion didn't harm this wizard, but instead of all of it fading, some of it seems to spiral and almost come alive on its own, and merge or sort of become embedded with some of the chaos of the wild magic surge as it continues to grow, becoming much more dangerous. Glitch, you are starting to overcome the almost crippling disorientation of mirror image. I think it's starting to fade basically, and you're coming back to yourself. But I think Void, as you tackle this guy, I think you're probably mid-air, arms outreached, when there's not an explosion in the classical sense, but a shock wave and a heat wave that comes from that sort of spontaneously comes from the center of this energy that's now building in the shipyard. It knocks everyone down. The truck of wands actually like shuffs and then starts tipping into the water. It probably is what dissipates the mirror image, and Glitch gets himself again. Morg, you're still a rabbit, unfortunately for now. But you feel very warm all of a sudden.
Toasty.
And yeah, it suddenly feels like it's Death Valley in here, and it's getting hotter. And Solar, you more than the others, but everyone I think to a degree can feel this rising like pulse that is another shock wave, probably hotter and stronger, is going to form. It's not.
Oh, do I have a thing for this?
Oh,
I do. This is a super-powered phenomenon I know about.
You studied wild magic.
I've been reading the files.
okay, yeah. So this has happened before.
Yes, this has happened before. This is why wizards are such a scourge. It's an unstable, arcane.
Whenever wizards fight, there's a chance of a wild magic surge happening.
So they're sorcerers, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So yeah, normally this is solved with like a weird. You need something spongy. You need a magic sponge.
Something to literally absorb the magic and clean it up.
Yeah. What do we have that conveniently could be a magic sponge?
Well, it says you have to roll superior and then say tell the team one important detail you learned from your studies. So roll with superior.
What is our wizard doing at the moment?
He was also knocked back. In this case, sort of like gets knocked back in the direction he was running anyway, so he kind of gets knocked onto his face a bit.
Do I also
he's
take
no longer
a condition?
running. Not yet. There's about to be a lot of conditions being thrown around if this continues to escalate any further, and it is now. This will go straight. Basically, the next one isn't going to be a condition. It's going to be taking powerful blows for everyone if it continues to go bad.
Well, reading the files went well.
Reading the files, yeah, you have read the right files. So,
magic sponge.
Magic sponge, perfect. The GM will tell you what, if anything, seems different from what you remember, and on a 10+, you can ask one follow-up question. Okay. The big thing is Solar's flame that is imbued with this magic surge is going to make it more dangerous, but also you need the magic sponge to be, even if it's metaphorical, to be a lot more durable than most of them. Basically, a fire retardant magic sponge. Because the things here are going to get explosive.
Yeah. Can we use a shipping container?
I don't think a shipping container is a magic sponge. I'm not sure. Do you mean to hide in? To survive it? Or
no, can we use a combination of black holes and a shipping container to manufacture a durable magic sponge in the field?
Can we use the follow-up question to just ask what the closest magic sponge would be?
That's probably a better way to...
Sorry, I glitched.
I might have a thing. When facing an obstacle or threat that your powers would not be able to deal with, you can mark a condition to gain brand new abilities adapted to the situation.
Yep.
All right, shipping container won't work, so the rabbit yells about needing a magic sponge.
And Glitch becomes one?
I think Glitch actually he holds his arms out. They begin to dissipate into like little pixelated fragments. And basically it's going to be this little swarm cloud that goes in and sort of moves in and acts like mirrors to dissipate the energy outward without being concentrated. So we're just gonna sort of evaporative cool the area.
Right.
Okay.
Magic fractal mirror time.
I think now with your new powers you are using them to change the environment.
Let's freak it up.
Yep.
10.
Nice. Okay. So with a 10, you do it. It takes some time and a lot of effort, but slowly the as it's about to erupt, the next explosion sort of pauses as you start sort of siphoning, cleaning up the energy from it, and then it starts to come down, and the quote-unquote pressure of the magic starts decreasing. With the work you're doing, it probably is going to take several minutes to finish up and make it safe, but you are dealing with it. The blue-robed wizard sort of, he doesn't pick himself up. He flips over. He's still on the ground and looks agape and shocked at both you, Glitch, and at Solar with the fire from before.
So I think what this looks like is sort of heat getting turned into light as it diffuses through Glitch's little swarm cloud.
So it's like
so it's getting
brightly.
brighter and brighter and brighter.
Perfect. Just this it turns into almost a nebula. Like, is it white or is it a like variety of colors?
I think it's a variety of colors. I'm prisming off the energy, basically.
Perfect. Solar, now feels like a good time if you want to use your words to provoke him. He is susceptible.
I'd like to tackle him. I'm done. Everything I've done to try and keep this guy here hasn't worked. Everyone that we've had has jumped the guy. I am going to keep him on the ground this time.
He's already on the ground and he's out of tools. You do it.
Beautiful. I tackle him.
He says like, wait, and then you just
like keep him pinned and say basically, "Are you ready to give up now?"
Yeah. He says he just says yeah, and I think he says, "Oh, wait," and in a much more wizardly voice, he says, "I surrender."
Great. Now, how do we turn our friend back from a rabbit?
I think that exact moment there's a poof, and Warwick, you're back to feeling like your most recent self, not your old self that was alive, but your less old self that is dead.
No longer a rabbit. All right.
Oh, I suppose that works.
All right. Time to drag him down to the wizard drop-offs point. As I start producing a length of anti-wizarding rope or whatever.
Yeah.
Didn't we have questions or something that we were going to ask them first? I look over at the definite leader of the team, the Void.
Oh, yeah. We were asking we need to figure out what was the sting for again? Fireballs.
He gave us magic missile wands. We're trying to find the fireball.
Yeah, we need the fireball dealer.
So I'm going to. I'm not very superior. I'm also not very mundane.
I'm very superior.
Do we want to provoke him, or you know what? I'll pierce his mask.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think this guy was wearing a fake beard or anything.
I pull it off anyway.
Yeah. You put it on him and then pull it off. Yeah, you can totally roll mundane to pierce his mask.
Good roll.
Do you want help?
As I'm sitting on him, I kind of shake him in time to the questions, like, pay attention, listen to this.
You're playing bad cop?
Yes.
So now we're at 16. If that makes it a 7, which is a hit.
Yep. So pierce the mask. You can ask one question.
Team, what do we want to ask this ne'er-do-well?
Where's your hideout? Who do you work for?
One question from the list.
How could I get your character to tell us who you work for?
Too convoluted.
No, that's totally intended. That's fine.
How can I get your character to tell us who you work for? Once we have a name, we can work off that.
Perfect.
Where are the other wands going?
Yeah. I think for this guy, his boss, and the reason he works for his boss is primarily, I think you have to make him fear what's going to happen to him if you don't tell you, more than what's going to happen to him if he does tell you. You see that he is afraid of selling out his boss. So you just have to make him more afraid of you, or something.
Would we call this an obstacle?
It might be.
Cool. I'm gonna take him very chummily, like wrap an arm around him, and be like,
"You're still in the shipyard, or is this?"
Yeah.
Okay.
I assume you asked me to stop sitting on top of him, but okay.
Oh yes, please. Like, let's good cop, bad cop. Good cop, bad cop. Oh. Hero, anti-hero. I'll just chummily put an arm around him and be like, now, I know that you're more versed in magic, so you might not know exactly what kind of trouble you're in here. And I'll just start to form a black hole in my hand very slowly. Like go
slowly
this
growing it from the size of a pea
yeah.
to like
Yeah, this is a black hole. Do you know what black holes do?
When shoved up your nose. Sorry.
When Ant-Man
Setting myself up to be able to spend a team if we need it. I'm going to take small things and just start chucking them at the black hole, and you can watch them just get spaghettified into it.
Perfect.
You see, this could happen to you if you don't tell us who you work for.
All right. Roll to use your powers to overcome
Because
the obstacle.
magic has nothing over physics.
He would disagree with that, but he's not going to voice that right now.
I just
Ooh.
proved otherwise.
Perfect. He stares into the center of the black hole with horror and fear.
Yeah. You look into the void stares back as I just hold it in front of me like this.
Yep. I think at one point you pulse it a bit larger very suddenly and maybe put it closer to him than he's comfortable with. And he says, "Okay." And the mask of silence breaks. And he says, "Listen, I don't know his name. None of us know his name, but he's just known as the Wand Maker."
The Wand Maker.
How
M.
original.
Ollivander.
I was gonna say that.
Yep. He says, I only the top brass know where to reach him, where he is, but I think he's the real deal."
Give me a name of someone that could get us to him.
I think we need a name for another. Oh, we need a wizard name. Yeah, go to fantasy name generator. We didn't. Yeah,
Wizard names.
they the stage magicians wouldn't use these types of names, but these blue robed wizards would totally use fantasy wizard code names.
Yeah, we're forgetting about the pile of beaten up stage magicians we left in a shipping
Oh yeah,
In an
container.
alley.
somewhere else. Yeah.
Probably in a shipping container.
I do not like the wizard name generator.
I don't like.
It's,
I'm finding another one.
Yeah.
Wizard name generator, Mythopedia. Here we go. Macy.
Yes, I like Macy.
It's literally just Macy.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. So Macy is
Steven the Red Wizard.
That is probably this guy's name.
Steven the Red.
Steven the Blue.
Steven the Blue.
Fireballs. He,
Oh yeah.
had a fascination with fire.
He's like her name's Macy. She's my boss. The one directly above me. She's not the head of the circle. No, I think he says he probably gives you details on how he usually meets with her. This is something a lot closer. This is basically his his direct boss.
Mm-hmm.
So they probably
meet at the local comic book shop for Magic the Gathering. That's
I
how they
like
blend
that.
in with all the people that dress up.
I actually do like that. They meet in the basement of the book shop, and the comic book shop is a front. There's no money in comics anymore.
The front for wizard gangs.
Every FLGS in this city is owned by wizard gangs.
Not entirely untrue.
Yeah, okay. We're gonna go with that. He gives you the name of a comic book shop.
All right, comic
And he
book
says
shop.
Macy's the manager of the comic book shop. Well, no, Macy's the real manager, the one that you don't meet with or know about. She is in charge of there, and
Oh, they get their missions in packs.
yes, And that's how the
They have,
wand
like,
maker
special
communicates
house
with
packs
them.
the missions in
Yeah.
them.
They say, yeah. The wand maker communicates them through marked cards.
Will she be there
The
now?
PSA 10 cards.
What was your question, Marissa?
Will she be there now?
I think he says probably.
She has Tuesdays off.
No, I think he says she wanted to hear back about the mission. If she's not, she should be there.
Then we need to go. Because there are a whole lot of people who just heard that, and we need to get there.
Oh,
first.
you're still streaming.
Oh. And one guy
During
teleported.
a sting? Really?
You could turn that off, right? Like, that thing could turn off.
No, I cannot.
What's in my
Did they hear you
contract?
pee?
It's part of the costume. There's microphones
Well,
built
okay,
into the
that's part of
costume.
contract, yes, I guess I.
There's a bathroom privacy clause,
cell
but not a
phone, okay?
mission.
On a mission privacy clause.
Everything on mission's streamable.
Okay, I'm just gonna like take the bit of his robe to like tie his mouth so he can't do verbal components and tie his hands
Yeah.
together,
So,
throw him in the crate.
One thing
bring the
about
other
these
guy.
wizards is, and what he said when he was the real deal, none of the wizards you've seen do anything without wands or scrolls. None of them seem to have any innate magic. So all you need to do is check his basically check his like check that his robe isn't magical. You don't.
Yeah,
know
we
it.
shake out the wizard.
Yeah. Yep. No, he doesn't have anything left.
You
left
throw
on
him in there with his magic undies on.
Yeah. He doesn't have anything else on him. That's
Oh
one of the
yeah,
reasons he surrendered.
a true wizard would stitch spell work into their underwear so they're never without a spell.
Jesus.
Do we need to call someone to actually pick them up for, like, ask the audience, or can we just assume
The
that
cops
is...
would definitely be on their way. That made
There
a lot
was
of
a magic
noise.
power of light. I think we're good.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. We leave our calling card, which is our new meta t-shirts.
It's probably like I was gonna. Yeah. You just leave a T-shirt there,
We leave a T-shirt hanging over the shipping container we dumped all of the criminals.
or do you
in.
leave the wizard wearing a T-shirt?
We leave him wearing just a t-shirt.
All of it because we took the other
You
stage
took the-
technicians' clothes.
Yeah.
So they're all just in merch.
It's got our website on the back.
Just knocked out with a flat brim cap, just like
Perfect.
These guys are wearing high quality tees.
Excellent. So, you are rushing in the middle of the night straight for the comic shop.
I could fit one person on my bike.
Anyone else have a better method of transit?
Detective powers activate.
I mean, I could theoretically make a disc that we can ride on, fly on.
But then I gotta leave my bike. I'm taking my bike.
Well, fine. We'll skitch behind your bike. Like
Yeah.
there's a little grappling hook that comes out the back of your bike. Hold on to that.
I start
behind this bike.
I start blasting the power of love. It's like Back to the Future.
Yeah, we surf behind the motorcycle. It's a horrifying experience.
Perfect.
You're already dead, so it's fine.
There's the dead guy, yep.
I'm still vomiting. This is
You know what? It still works because I have one spare helmet, so I give it to Solar because
The only
you're
one with
hard
a
light and you're
skull that
dead.
could be-
Excellent. Okay, so you guys head for the comic shop as soon as you can. I think we cut to you arriving there. The place, I mean, it's the middle of the night. The place looks obviously closed. It's relatively standalone. It looks like a larger shop that isn't just Magic. It's like different board games, playing areas. It's on the larger side. There's an empty parking lot on either side of it. Neither of which are large individually, but there's one on both sides. There's a closed sort of garage entrance that's probably the shipping like bay, the loading dock. The place looks relatively empty when you arrive. It looks locked up. What do you do?
Can I assess the situation as we
Absolutely.
pull up?
Yeah.
All right.
Roll with superior. Got one question with a 7. Unless everyone's joining in, then you can bump it up to a 10.
Let's do that.
Yeah,
let's do that.
Here makes sense.
Okay, 3 teams
As
spent.
we case the place.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. So you got 3 questions now. Sorry, 2 questions on a 10 plus. But you get +1 when acting on the answers.
Yeah. I mean, to clarify, the goal is we want to get the owner who's waiting around for her flunkies to come back to tell us how to get to the wand maker.
Yes.
Mm.
We want to wrap up 3 levels of however many levels are in this sting in one night as quickly as
Just
possible.
try to go straight for the end boss.
Well, because the wand maker's going to go underground after this failed sting operation. Because the Void decided to loose
Listen,
black holes.
I was not told the plan. I thought we were jumping these guys. I didn't know there was a bigger conspiracy. You just showed up at my fridge and
I
gave
said there was
me
a
some dude's
sting!
You
clothes.
still didn't get your snack.
Yeah, I'm still hungry, by the way.
Yeah.
I woke up at midnight for a reason.
So I think the best questions are, what here is the biggest threat, and how could we best end this quickly?
Which one do you
That
want to
makes
ask first? Because then you can reconsider after you hear the answer to the first question.
Let's go for threats first, because that's the first thing you look for. What can re-kill me?
Yeah. You, Morg, you can see through glamours. That's one of your things. You can't necessarily see hidden magic, but you can see through illusory magic.
Because that's aimed at the living.
Yeah.
I don't know. I needed a villain that Morg could fight, so wizards.
Yep. I think you can see that on the outside of the comic book store are, on each side, are 2 sort of like oversized Magic the Gathering figurines. That you now realize are, as you're looking at them, you can see what's really inside them, which is 2 headless and probably animated suits of armor that are just like waiting there in a much more medieval style, with like a sword on one hand and the other one having like a hammer and shield, and just like poised and glamored.
Are they glamored to look like standees?
They're outdoors, so they would have to be pretty durable. But yeah, they're probably glamored to look like one looks like an actual dragon, and one looks like a like Jace from MTG or something like that.
Definitely not trademarked.
Wizards, don't sue us, please. Don't send the Pinkertons.
Yeah.
They're the wizard gang that owns all the friendly local game stores, if we were unclear before.
Yeah. These blue wizards have coastal robes.
So anyways, yeah, they're 2 like advertising like probably like foam or something slightly more durable, like statuettes outside of the store on either side of the main entrance. And they're, just in case, they're actually like suits of armor underneath them that you know enough from your studies to know they can probably move when an actual threat is detected. What's your second question?
I think ending this quickly still makes sense.
Yeah. How do we end this quickly?
Burn it down. That's how we end it quick.
Collateral damage? What's that?
Listen, it's empty. It's the middle of the night. No one's in there.
I mean, we know Macy's in there somewhere.
I have a question. I think it's risky to do this, but can the void white hole or wormhole? Sorry, can the void wormhole to somewhere that he can't see or hasn't been?
Any place you choose within the scene. it doesn't like if I want to be somewhere I've been before, I spend another burn.
Okay. I think
I would assume it has to be somewhere I see, so I could wormhole us into the place, but not like.
yeah. I think you can I think you can use your wormhole to directly go into the basement because I would consider the basement now that you've arrived part of the scene, even if you can't see it.
Okay.
So we're not going to put hard limits on it, but roughly you have to be near enough to it
There's like a locked
count
cellar.
it as part of the scene for you to work.
There's a locked like street access to the cellar or something.
Yeah.
So
we have a clear visualization of how to get into the basement.
Okay.
Yeah. So the best way, but you can only move yourself if I'm reading that right.
To move to any place, yeah, I think it's only me.
I think in the narrative we've established, we can imagine that you can bring others with you. So I think if you're bringing other people, it would be an overcoming. It would be a freak roll to unleash your powers.
Okay. That's fine. Do I roll to do my burn too to do the flare?
You do not need to do that. Burn is basically meant to mean it's meant to overcome the risk of rolling.
Got it.
So in this case, you can use your powers that we've established includes wormholing to bring everyone with you. But yeah,
glitch is almost a freebie, being hard light. So
yeah,
fair. So that's probably your best way to end this quickly is to get in right now. Basically teleport.
Let's do it. Jump into the unknown.
As you all probably have to gather around where the wormhole is about to be summoned. There's I think, Morg, you were looking around, but I think Solar, you notice across the street, maybe half a block away, something catches your eye. It was a single veiled flash of a camera.
Goddamn paparazzi.
You can just not mention anything and proceed with the teleport.
Yeah, I think I'm going to not mention anything.
Okay.
We need to make Solar's outfit the anti-paparazzi material, where if it flashes, it just like blows out the whole picture.
For some reason,
bright light with a cape. It's already going to be hard to get.
At one point in my life, I had a pair of sneakers that I bought from a secondhand store or whatever that was made of that material, and I didn't realize what it was, and I wore them to a party or something. And then I went back to look at all the pictures, and all of the photos are blacked out except for my shoes.
That's amazing.
That's so funny.
That feels like something. I'd be like, I wonder if I want to intentionally start wearing that to the party now. I'd be like, whose shoes were those? We can't see anything.
You just be known as the party pooper. Nobody knows whose shoes
they
are.
Like Chuck Taylors too, that were made of the woven anti-paparazzi string. Don't understand why they were made.
That's great. I didn't know that was a thing.
All right, everyone, keep a hand on me, and I'm gonna try and open a hole.
Roll to unleash your powers.
Out of context, that sentence.
Gotta hold hands before you open a hole. Yeah.
Charging my lasers. That's a miss.
Oh no.
Can we help? How much team do we have left?
We have 3 team.
How do you help with this?
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Words of encouragement.
3 already for selfishness?
You could act selfishly.
Yeah, my freak's already 3.
Oh.
So we gotta get 2 help.
Oh, those were double ones.
Yeah.
I don't think we got anything here.
Okay.
Can it be I open a wormhole, but only I go through?
No, I think instead you open a wormhole and you pop out, and you find yourself, as you look around, you realize that you're surrounded by a small, you can all fit in it, but not really leave it, a small, transparent pink dome that's just surrounding you.
What is
in all ways.
Oh, it's a globe of invulnerability.
Is it globe of invulnerability?
It's not globe of invulnerability. It is
Static sphere.
Liamin's tiny hut.
It is Liamin's tiny hut.
Tiny hutted?
Yep.
I bust out my D&D book and I start flipping through pages.
So, waiting for you there in sort of like glittering, like black robes with sparklings like stars and moons on them. You see this middle-aged woman has been waiting for you, and she says, um, you can sort of bear like it's tinny and echoey as you can still talk through the almost it's like talking through plastic or glass basically like you can hear it but it's very um twist the sound a bit. But she says, it's about time you got here. I was wait, who are you? I think she says, you're not the oh. She's expecting another wizard gang to try and attack her.
Was this place like warded against
Yeah.
teleportation and we just got sucked into the thing?
Yeah, she was expecting another wizard to teleport in and like try to do a
not
raid.
the Gryffindor.
No, it's gonna be like burning hands or something like that. They're all gonna...
They all have like first level spell names.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not the acid splashers. That's actually really dark now that I think about it. Let's not do that one.
Burning hands.
Burning hands. Yeah, you're not the burning hands. Who the heck are you? She says.
This is awkward. We were not intending to be in the hut.
No, I think we're outside the hut, right?
You got teleported inside the hut.
Oh, we're in the hut. Okay.
trapped
Yeah,
in the hut.
this is basically reverse tiny hut.
Right,
You can't
right.
leave.
Yeah.
It's magic circle.
Yeah, basically.
Got
I
it.
want to, look at Glitch and say, "Can you break it? I don't want to deal with this. I want to deal with
You
her."
just want to
before
break it out.
Yeah, we have one person who has super strength. I'm sure there'll be no problems. I'm certainly not lighting it on fire.
That
Can't
would be
throw a
bad.
black hole in here.
That would suffocate you.
You don't black hole in here.
If I white hole in here, it's probably worse because then we're pushed up against it.
Yeah, I'll probably back up a couple steps and then like leap forward and try to smash the other side, like directly toward Macy.
Yeah. She sees you starting to do this and she can tell that some of you are costumed. And so she's realizing, oh, these are heroes.
Your
When
vile
she says
wand
that,
running
I flash our
ways.
badge. I flash my justice beam badge.
Okay. I think, Glitch, you are unleashing your powers to break out of this. We'll see if it works.
All right.
Ooh.
All right.
Freakatastic.
So I think,
right.
I don't think you can do it instantly, but I think your first, like, ramming, like, punch into it, there's a crack. And then she, like, probably was just in the middle of saying that it's unbreakable or something like that.
It's
Yeah.
unbreaka crack.
Yeah, I would like to hold up my badge and say, "You have until the time my friend here is finished dismantling your little hut to surrender."
Perfect. She clearly like starts panicking. You're so looking around the room itself as the rest of you are watching Glitch do this, and you're watching her, but you see like you're not in an isolated room. You're still sort of in the middle of their basement, which is one large room. There's more crates around. You can see at one point there's a like tapestry of the city with like zones and territories marked on it.
But it is a tapestry.
Now I got to look up for
custom
some
ordered
spells.
And like there's a bunch of different. It's like a wizardly blades in the dark like hideout basically.
They're playing a different game than we are.
Yeah, exactly. But she sees like, okay, you're going to break out. She starts cleaning up the evidence. And
Cast
so
burning hands is what you need.
yeah,
She's animating everything, and it's just like marching off into an incinerator.
she reaches into her robe, pulls out like you actually do see she does have a couple of different wands. She pulls out one and casts like fire bolt at the tapestry, sets it on fire, and she's gonna and she's I think is also gonna start
Can I roll the provoke?
You want to
Yeah.
you want to stop her from doing this while
Yeah, I want to provoke
like,
her by
Glitch
flashing my
will get
badge
out
and...
in
Yeah.
maybe 30 seconds. Okay. Roll with superior.
My best stat. Rolled an 8.
What and you just want her to, you just want to distract her and keep her here and talking to you?
I want her to surrender.
Oh. Okay, how do you say that?
Oh, that she has until my friend's done breaking out of the hut to surrender.
Okay. Well, with an 8
Using my badge of authority as leverage.
How much team do we have left?
You have 3 team if you want to try and bump that up to a 10, in which case she'll do it.
I'd be happy to help by whatever the firebolt is hitting, just making it so that the it hits, it then goes out, so she cannot get whatever
Yeah.
wants going.
There's just
like
little
it.
holes burned in it as opposed to igniting.
And then I think
Um,
while Glitch is about to break you out, I don't think Glitch can help it. The Void can.
I'm going to help by like starting to like open up another wormhole, like even if like we're gonna get to you. You can't burn it all before we get to you.
Yeah.
Alternative methods to get out of the house.
Yeah. She
Surrender now, and we
realizes.
might be able to commute your sentence.
Yeah, she realizes that
Flip on the
resistance is
wand maker.
futile, and she says, "You can't beat him." Yeah, I think she realizes you're gunning for the wand maker very suddenly, and she says, "You can't beat him. He's the real deal." She repeats what the other guy said. He's where this whole
That's
thing
exactly
is.
what Kevin the Blue told us. I already forgot his name.
Steven, yeah.
Steven the Blue.
He's not wrong. He's the one that started this whole thing. And I think Glitch now is when you break through after like the third or fourth crack in the wall, and the whole thing sort of like the cracks spread and the whole thing shatters and sort of like disappears into the air when it shatters. But she is not leaving, and she seems to have surrendered for now. She just like raises her hands in the air, like she seems very. You think you're winning, but in the like you've won the battle but lost the war seems to be her clear expression.
I head over to disarm her and make sure that she doesn't have anything else on her.
Yeah, you remove
probably
like
while
4 wands from like a holster in like the shoulder of her robe.
Yeah,
Got like 2 in each boot.
Where can we find
Get the one behind her back too. They always got us.
One right here.
Yeah.
She goes yippee-ki-yay.
The John McClane wand.
Yeah, this is Christmas time. I didn't think we mentioned it. This is our Christmas episode.
I thought this was the Halloween one with the ghost at the start. But Solar, what were you gonna say?
I was asking where we could find the wand maker. I'm not sure if this is an assess, a pierce the mask, or what.
She already surrendered, but I think she's gonna tell the truth. And she says, none of us know. We get blindfolded. I've only been there once. He's some kind of tower. Stonework. Probably glamored, but you'd be able to see through that. None of us know exactly where it is. But I've only been to visit him once. When I started working for him. Everything else has been through those. She like gestures to like an array of magic cards spread out on a table.
What is he? Do you know what did you see his face?
She says he's old. Oldest guy I've ever seen. Gandalf or Dumbledore looking guy. Maybe intentional? Maybe inspiration. I think he's a lot older than anyone.
Is he undead?
It's a
Don't
good
think
question.
so.
You think so or don't think so?
Don't think so.
We got one up on him on that.
Yes. He won't be ready for us then.
How did you know they wanted to see it? What was his method of contacting?
Yeah.
Sending stuff.
It was actually it was. It was like she says his voice in my head. He could do that, you know. just mind
he
to
just
mind.
cast sending.
He just cast sending.
Damn it! This is airtight.
No. He probably already knows about you.
I'm sure he does. I've been letting all the wizards know. Coming for you.
Wait, an old man that knows about everything people do. Is this the one called Santa Claus you've been telling me about?
Think this might be Wizard God.
I'm pretty sure this isn't Santa Claus.
No, Santa is different.
I don't know his name.
Santa's an
goes by
Omega
the
level.
Omega level hero.
Yeah, an Omega. Yeah.
He knows no borders.
But yeah, she says that she doesn't know what his name is. But she doesn't think you have a chance against him, even with basically showing up and immediately like winning against her. She says, I don't think there's a prison that can hold him either if you put him away. He doesn't need scrolls or wands. He's the one who's been making them all for us.
He's non-Vancian.
He's not fancy.
So you're
My
saying that
God.
this guy is the arms dealer for every wizard in the city?
That's she spreads her hands and says, "What, you think we've been making all this money off cards?"
Yeah.
Up until now.
I'm
It's
sorry,
a really
'cause that
popular game.
was really expensive. I mean, it makes a
I
lot of
know.
sense. I mean,
Dude, like, I'm just trying to get a Black Lotus. Like, what are you talking about?
Yep.
Is he the PSA? Is that what we send our cards to for grading?
Yeah, no, she says that he I think it was probably 10 years ago. We used to use weapons. Now there's a better way. We don't always get along, me and the other crews. But we're the ones who sell to all of them. They know to respect us. They want to fight amongst each other. Let them. We're the top dogs. Even now.
You were the top dog.
I'll be out of there before long.
Right. Let's just send her to wizard jail now. Like, I don't know how much more we can
and
get.
Solar are frustrated. I don't know what else to ask though, so yeah.
Yeah, she's not intentionally stonewalling you, but she's more saying, actually, I think then,
She's real close to calling her wizard lawyer.
no, she's gonna use her influence
Yes.
and tell you
Is she
how
an
the world
adult?
works. She is. I told she's middle aged. She's like in her
Oh.
40s.
Oh, so she is just a middle-aged manager of the store.
Yeah, she's gonna
Slash
tell you how
gang
the world
leader.
works. And she's effectively saying, like, yeah, you can capture me, but you can't stand against all of crime, all of wizard crime, and you can't. Yeah. I think she's going to. This is. I don't know if it makes sense for her to do this for everyone. Morg was the one asking the questions. Solar
And
seems invested.
presenting a badge. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think she's just going to do it towards Morgan Solar. I think. She's going to down both of your superior. And I think up your mundane and just tell you, like, there's not much you can do. You're not so special, basically, that you can do this.
You're just kids.
Okay.
You're accepting it?
Yeah.
Okay, Solar is rejecting, you said.
But if I'm rejecting, I'm just looking at they have to do something.
Yes, there's a reject influence button.
Yep.
No, it's a matter of don't you have to act?
Depending on the roll result.
Oh, okay. In which case, reject influence button finding. There we go.
Their words hit hard, and you take a condition.
I've done so well with rejecting influence. Okay, I attempt to reject the influence by saying there's nothing we can't do. We got you, didn't we? And realizing that.
And I think she says,
with
"Oh
her did
no, a
absolutely
middle-aged
nothing.
manager of a game store."
They'll replace me by the end of the week.
The assistant manager's already on call.
Up until now, Morg has just been beating up wizards in the street and calling it a crusade against wizard crime.
Yep.
But now we've stumbled into an actual wizard crime ring, and I'm like, I don't know what to do now. I'm just a bunch of dudes in robes.
Morg is like, listen, I'm good at identifying problems that need to be solved. That's it.
Yeah.
You might be right
That's what
about
detective
this.
work is. Okay, so Solar, what condition do you take in addition to the
right.
+1 mundane, -1 superior?
Either hopeless or insecure. I think
She's trying to make you hopeless, basically, but
yeah,
that's
I
up to
think
you.
hopeless for right now. I think there's some bluster of no, we can do it, but also no, it's getting at how ineffective this last one was, even if we did well.
Yeah. Okay. I think now might, unless is there something else you guys want to do before we end the scene? Now might be a good time to go to break, if not.
I'm curious about the camera flash, but I'm not actually going to go out of my way to do it.
I think unless you do, you won't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely want to do comfort or support, but that will be like
that can be a different scene, yeah, unless
Yeah.
you're doing it here and now.
No.
Okay.
Look, we just need to go for ice cream and actually have that celebrate a victory.
Yes!
This was
Mhm.
still a victory. Even with her speech at the end, you still succeeded. So I think we'll go to break. Sorry?
Yeah, yes.
We'll go to break. We'll be back in roughly 10 minutes. And when we do that, I think it seems like everyone is up for some sort of celebratory posting. Yeah,
Froyo.
Yeah.
We're getting Froyo at like 3 in the morning.
What else is open?
That's fair. That's fair. Other
go
than
to
like
a donut shop.
24-hour gas station Slurpees is the other option.
Waffle House. There's got to be a Waffle
That's
House.
true.
Okay, yeah. There we go.
Okay.
Go to the Waffle House in Halcyon City.
Yep.
Imagine how bad that place is. I mean, a normal Waffle House is rough.
That place never.
Okay. We are back with part 2 of Masks Volume 2. So, what is the new meta up to at like 3 a.m.? Probably on a school night for those who have school.
Waffle night.
Yeah, we go to Waffle House.
Yeah, we were going to the combination Waffle House Froyo place.
Waffle House now with Froyo.
Yeah, Waffle House now with Froyo. They do, in fact, have a waffle and syrup flavor.
Mm.
Perfect. You are not entirely the only people there, but mostly. There's
a couple other there's other people in costume.
Oh, there's probably like one solo hero in costume who's like this old. He's an old man who's like asleep at his table. And there's probably some ordinary like night owls and night shift people. Just like 5 or 6 other people in total.
Yeah.
So we see you at your table as like your order was just taken and the server leaves.
I think Solar sort of approaches the conversation with, so how do you think that went?
I mean, we got some wands off the street.
I think that went pretty good.
Except for when you black holed them in the middle of the sting operation.
Okay, I thought that we were capturing them. I didn't think this was...
We were capturing them.
Yeah, we got them.
All right.
I still don't understand. You said this was a sting operation, but really there were just some explosions and a couple of people got hurt. I didn't see any stinging.
No, a sting is like a Oh, wait, did we explain stakeout to you yet?
What does beef have to do with this?
I was gonna say,
no.
you're in a Waffle House, not a steakhouse.
A sting operation is like catching them in the act of committing the crime.
Yeah, you
Oh,
set
well,
them
then it
up.
was perfectly successful.
The goal was to get more. I guess we did get more information about the
Yeah.
wand maker. Mostly that he's got a secret evil tower somewhere in the city.
If
still
I had a
like-
nickel for every person that had a secret evil tower in the city, I'd have 2 nickels.
I have 7 nickels.
Seven?
It's a shocking amount of nickels. Are we supposed to search all 7 towers?
I think we gotta do some more digging. I think maybe go after some of the other wizard gangs, like the Dissonant Whispers or the Silvery Barbs.
Not the
I think the
silvery
dissonant-
barbs, those cheap bastards.
Yeah. I think the Dissonant Whispers really only operates on the internet, though.
They're cyber wizards.
Cybercrime.
Yeah, they rebranded. They're called X now.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we can find someone who would be able to help us out with that.
Yeah. Did anyone figure anything out about that giant mosquito from a few days ago?
No, they said they'd send us the info.
Did
they ever send us? They didn't.
No.
No.
And I tried really hard to get my hands on it.
Looks like I'll have to take this to the higher ups, also known as I look at
My
Solar and
mom.
go, Mother Time.
Oh, really?
Is that how you fix all of your problems?
I mean, she's very experienced, and she does see through time.
I mean, I'd love to meet her again.
So, Thursday dinner at Void's house?
Void's gonna
Let's do that.
mouth to
Thursday dinner
Solar.
at Void's
Are
house.
you live? Are you recording right now?
She goes to start saying yes, and then stops, and then nods.
Yes, I shall invite Mother Time to the Void the Void Fortress, and we can all meet there.
Is that
at
what
the
you call
Void
your
Fortress.
room? The Voidtress?
Uh,
How embarrassing.
You know you can just talk normally, right?
I think there's something that I pull up on my phone, like how many viewers you have right
You
now.
pull up the
like,
stream and
listeners.
podcast, and it shows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think how many people.
I don't know, but one of the specific
At
things I
3
picked was you have a
a.m.,
wider,
probably
not-
not that many, but still.
Yeah,
some.
I don't want to be clipped on.
Actually,
LSF
oh no,
in the
you have the
morning,
weird
so-
ones. The weird ones are the only ones still awake.
Oh
You're
no!
getting so just from you two talking, some of your chat is just saying like now kiss and shipping like yeah. Black Sun is the name
Yeah,
of your ship, by the way.
I don't think I want to talk about details of my personal life in
No,
front
we're
of.
gonna make fun of your bedroom for a few more minutes, and then we can.
Look, no one's gonna know what it's going to be like to be a hero if we're not actually honest to them about that.
And to be fair, no one's ever gonna know what it's like to enter the Voidtress either, because I don't think he cleans that.
No, I do. Shut up.
The waiter shows up now carrying all your food. Who got what? What is your
I
3
literally
a.m.
looked up
breakfast?
I looked up the Waffle House menu.
Froyo is self-serve, so I got that way earlier.
Yeah, you probably got you're probably finishing it up.
Yeah.
And-
Again, the cold probably doesn't bother you. I assume you don't get
Nope.
brain freeze.
Nope. Not
You know
at
what?
all.
Floyd got chicken and waffles because that's what I would get.
I've had it once.
It's not
It was
usually as
chicken
good
and
as I want
waffles.
it.
It didn't seem like
Yeah.
a combo, like much of a.
It's self-descriptive.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
did. There
It's
wasn't a combination taste that made it that
I'm not a
elevated it.
big breakfast person, so chicken and waffles is like the most lunch I could get
That's
at
fair.
breakfast.
That's fair. I don't know if Glitch got anything just for the experience or what Solar got.
Yeah,
Can Glitch eat?
Yeah, do you eat, Ban?
Yes.
Does it like enter your mouth and go somewhere, or does it just fall through you?
No, I am a fully functional biological being made of light.
What?
I think you may have misunderstood.
So do you like?
Do you eat the pictures?
No, I mean, like, do you have to go to the bathroom?
I mean,
This is not a conversation I'm comfortable having.
I just don't know, man.
It is the dinner table.
Yes, where you would eat food and break it down into its constituent sugars for energy, I instead convert it into photons.
Cool.
How does that work for poison?
I don't know.
Let's not find that out. Let's just assume he works the same way for all
We
of
can
us.
hit Burger King
And
on the way back.
the greasy like breakfast plate slides in front of Glitch, he looks down and says, "I think we're about to find out."
Yeah. You look at your like slightly undercooked sausage or something like that.
Do you still get salmonella? So we need to know.
All right.
Ugh.
I believe. Is there going to be any comforting or supporting happening, or is it just?
Yeah. I thought we were gonna do our team moves first.
That's
I could do a team
understandable.
Move. I
Okay.
could do a team move. Justice Beam never took me out for dinner after a mission. All we did was go back and debrief for 3 days at a time.
That sounds miserable.
It was. It bored me to death.
Literally.
Like
Wait,
bored with
no.
a laser.
That can't be how you
To
died.
death.
So what?
You were bored to death.
I've died like 5 different times so far in the story from 5 different causes.
Yep.
It just never stinks.
That's the
unclear.
character arc that like keeps readers going. Is like what was the original death? How did you first die?
My God, they killed Mark, you
It's-
bastards!
It's like Wolverine's memories. You never know which one's the real one.
Yeah.
It's true.
What's the final level?
Well, I'm glad that we can be out and have that time together, I guess.
Yeah, it's nice. I feel like we can really relax in this slightly sticky building.
I mean, you live in a morgue, isn't that place also kind of sticky?
What? No, it's very clean.
I don't know. You never invited me over. You
Do
always
you want
show
to
up
hang
in my
out in the
fridge.
morgue? You want to sleep in a drawer?
No.
Well, that's why I didn't invite you.
Do you need to sleep, or do you only sleep to pass the time, Morg?
I go in a drawer and I text.
He goes in a drawer
It's the only
and
place you can get
surfs.
some privacy from Justice Beam.
Yeah.
It's a lead-lined box that he has to lay in.
Perfect.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay,
that-
so Morg, are you sharing a vulnerability or weakness with someone then, or are you sharing a triumphant celebration?
I mean, tell them a secret about your mentor. My feelings towards them is that like he's so on the mission that like we never relaxed or unwound from everything. So it's just kind of been a tightrope act for years until this team, and like
Okay,
might have knocked a few dead screws loose.
perfect. Frankensteinian, even.
Yeah.
So are you then the senior hero of us? Like, none of us have been doing heroing for even half as long as you.
I think you're also the oldest, if I'm not mistaken. Morg's the oldest.
No, that's not hard.
Oh.
Glitch is like
Yeah.
4 days or
Yeah.
4 weeks
4
or
weeks.
whatever.
Here's another question. Just because you are the age you are now, did you stop aging when you died? Have you been heroing
Obviously.
for 50 years?
I don't think 50, but I do think like a concerningly long time to be like a teenage sidekick.
Yeah,
Perfect.
so you've definitely been doing it longer, because I only really did hero stuff like a year or two ago.
Yeah, and I was on
Okay.
like one of your first few missions that didn't have your mom on them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
And I'm
It's
just
hard to grow both physically and emotionally when you're dead.
Accurate.
Um,
Which is also why it's okay to throw black holes around you, because you're already dead.
so for the
You fix-
protege, it says after you tell them a secret about your mentor, including your feelings toward them, give them influence over you and add a team to the pool.
I don't think anyone doesn't have influence over me.
I don't.
Okay.
I will happily take influence over you if that's all right.
Yeah, I think it would be if it's one person,
I think
it's
it's meant.
Solar.
It's assuming one person, so yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
it'd be Solar because she was the one saying like, "We're doing a fun team dinner," and I'm like, "Yeah, fun team dinner. We've never done
Yay.
this."
Did we add a team yet, or should I?
Oh no, I'll add it.
Okay.
So we should be at 4.
Perfect. And then, of course, I think we're also sharing triumphant celebrations. Whoever wants to go first with that and describe what they do.
So you guys, I mean, more than anyone else, but I guess this is more geared towards the person that could obviously get hurt. So Solar, I throw around black holes a lot. Try and make sure no one's in the way. Is there any fear in your eyes when you look at me?
Yeah. How do you guys feel about the impending, like the chance of death every time I use a black hole that you could get sucked in and never come out? Just like that sword.
I mean, obviously, I know you're being careful with them, and you wouldn't be a hero if you weren't able to control your powers. So
Right?
no, you're fine.
Yes. They say no. Take +1 forward and mark potential.
Huh, at 2
Did it.
months, I was able to do all this. I'm sure you have no problems. What do you mean other people don't have issues with powers?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I'm like totally mastered my powers. Totally.
No mistakes at all.
No
Nope,
mistake.
never happened.
You look at your phone calendar and it says you have a training session with your like power trainer like tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning at like 6 a.m.
Oh
It's
yeah.
at 6 a.m.
3
Power
hours.
training at the tennis courts.
This is fine.
I'm going to school tomorrow.
This is fine.
Yep.
I'll
It's a school
live.
night
It's fine.
too.
Listen, the thing with Void is he never has to take any tests because his mom teaches him, and she knows if she teaches him enough, if he would pass the test if she gave it to him. So he never takes the test.
She probably puts the test in front of you and then immediately is like, okay, now that your intent is to take this test, I know what you would get.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Save the time.
Here's what we need to work on. She slides over another test.
Yep. So, who wants to go next for triumphant celebration?
Yeah, as we're like we're talking about the mission and everything else, I think Glitch has some reservations about how things may have went. It's like it seems we were unprepared for what we were walking into, but we came out on top in the end. Does that mean we did things correctly?
Are you asking the group or someone in particular?
No, the group.
Not necessarily. I mean, ends don't always justify the means. So just because we did good things doesn't mean we necessarily did it the best way we could have. We could always do better.
But should we be proud or happy about the things we have done?
We got
I
a
think-
whole crate of wands off the street.
I
You know how
think
many
that's
old
a good
ladies could have been frightened with those?
There is this quote that I have been told before that is, plans do not survive first contact with the enemy. That even if we planned perfectly, whatever we walked into would immediately fly out the window. So I think as long as we do good, sometimes we gotta fly by the seat of our pants. You can't prepare for literally everything unless you're my mother.
Solar is very quiet at that question. She has the same one, and she's not sure she has an answer.
Well, that's gonna rewrite one of my things. So a superhero should fly by the seat of his pants.
Oh, good. Good.
Yep.
All right.
And the other two characters who focus on the superior stat were silent during that.
Yes. Have I been a good lead? Have I been a good lead investigator? Do we really feel like I've been finding the secrets of this dark and brutal city?
I mean, you just sort of show up and be like, "Hey, I got a lead," and we just follow you. So I mean, like, you're good at getting the leads.
It would be really helpful if maybe you could give us just a bit more information of the situations we're going into before we're in the situation, though.
Have you not been reading my email blasts?
I
You send
don't
us
have
emails?
a phone.
Yes. Everyone check your email.
I check my email; it's in my spam folder.
Who uses email these days?
What else is there?
Text.
You get a
That's-
text.
You send
a whole,
each other like TikToks. That's what the kids use nowadays.
You want me to
or something.
TikTok? You want me to record
Morgan's
a
gonna send a
video
TikTok
for you
holding like a file open and like dancing.
with the full dossier of the operation we're about to underdo?
To be
You want me
fair,
to
with
stitch it
Solar's
with a Subway server too, so you can pay
But
attention?
No, I prefer the Minecraft parkour.
Oh, the Minecraft parkour, yeah, where they just read Reddit out loud.
Yeah.
It's so good,
Mhm.
such good
I
content.
may have watched that way too much today.
I watched too much too.
So I
So,
guess
I mean-
that's a no?
I think that's a no. I take +1 forward on Superior, and my mentor already has influence over me.
So they get it again.
Wait, isn't double influence they shift your labels then?
Yep.
Oh, no, they
Mhm.
don't. They actually don't. I have all adults glitch in the void. Now I
mean-
add,
Now you add.
The mentor is an adult,
Justice.
so
I think it's
does
like
already.
specifically
Yeah.
right.
Now I specifically added Justice Beam.
If all adults have influence over you by default, then your mentor definitely had influence over you by default. I think they get it again.
But is there a move for that? Because the only thing I'm seeing is if you have influence over a teammate and would gain influence over them again, or if you have
Oh.
influence over an NPC and would gain influence over them again.
You might be. Yeah, I think you're actually totally right.
That's the wrong one. Oh, I messed that up.
Yep, it's just between. Yeah. No, okay, so yeah, Justice Beam just has influence over you even more, but nothing else happens.
Yeah.
Oh, he
it's
wasn't
when,
on my straight list. Now he's on the
It's
list.
when you have double influence that things happen.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So NPCs can have all the influence they want as many times as they want.
Good to know. I don't have to track that. Okay. I think we've seen glitches and morgues. I don't think we've seen voids or solars, unless I've somehow forgot one.
No, we saw mine. Mine was ask them if there's any fear in their eyes when they
Oh,
look
right,
at
that
you.
was the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, the horrifying question.
My two are both tricky. The vulnerability or weakness is telling someone a secret and asking if they'll keep it, which is real useless for me.
You probably
You have to
have
do that in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And legitimately, if I ever go to that move, I will probably be using that as a way to make it work. But the other triumphant celebration is saying whether it's part of the show or not, and the show is being as real as I can. So I'm probably gonna just pass on both of these right now, which I'm fine with.
Okay.
Okay. Then I will attempt to comfort and support you at the breakfast table. So you get something out of it, hopefully.
That sounds great. After a bit of talking, it's just like, wait, the pancakes have been moved away, and I'm like, wait, this is a school night. I've got to get up tomorrow. And just head on hands or like on arms falling at the table.
Do you need me to drop you? I could drop you off on my motorcycle.
That would be great, thanks.
Cool. You guys good to get home? Morgan,
Justice never sleeps. I gotta go
you're gonna go do
track down more.
investigating.
More wizard investigating. Gotta find that tower. And we're still looking for evidence about about malaria.
From the head on table, you just get a thumbs up.
Glitch, are you good? Do I need to drop you off somewhere? Like, can you fit in like a pocket or?
No, I will be fine. I find the people in this restaurant very interesting. I think I will stay for a while.
Oh, you're a people watcher. Cool. Remember, it's not free refills. They charge you for every refill. I had to learn that the hard way.
Yeah, he like puts the glass like on the other side of the table. Thank you for the reminder.
Okay. You guys all split off and go head back to recover?
Yeah, I'm going to, when I drop Solar off at her home, where she puts it in my GPS and doesn't say it out loud so they don't know where she lives.
Dad's home in this case. It's Dad Week.
Okay.
I'll just say,
How's
like
he
Shark
gonna
Week?
feel about you rolling up on the back of a motorbike at 4 in the morning?
With some strange dude.
Yeah, some strange dude in a dark outfit.
At 4 in the
It's
morning
very
on a motorbike?
lucky.
On a school night.
Lucky that it's Dad Week because
They are actually fully in support of the superhero.
Everything superhero. Now, if it was Mom Week, I would be in so much trouble right now.
So,
what are your conditions, by the way, just so I know like how to?
Guilty and hopeless.
Okay. So when I go pull up, go to drop you off, it'll say, don't take what was her name? Like
Macy?
Oh yeah, Macy.
Don't take what that wizard said too much to heart. I mean, like, all villains think that they're never going to get caught. They live in a tower. It happens a lot in this city, actually. It's really weird.
A lot of towers.
There's a lot of towers here. Just, you're doing good work. Keep it up, and great being on a team with you.
I think it's a combination of I am really overtired, and so inhibitions are just very low. But Solar starts to kind of tear up, and before you can actually see her cry, she goes and gives you a humongous hug. And you can kind of tell that she might actually be crying behind there, but she's just kind of saying, "Thanks, I needed to hear that." And then as
he
up,
goes like this, like when you try to pick up a cat. It's like
yeah,
this,
just freeze. Roll plus mundane.
There. I have influence over you, so I add a +1.
Yep. If you want to use it up, you can also take an extra +1.
Oh no, I'll just take the normal +1.
Okay. You sure? You sure about that?
The other +1 wouldn't have done anything.
I will use it up and act selfishly.
Okay, you'll use it up. You act selfishly. It's actually a 5 then, not a 4, because that doesn't include the +1 from influence, or does it?
So the influence would be that is including +1, so it would be +2 if I use the influence.
So I guess my question is, the 4 that is shown, is that just your mundane modifier, or is the
no?
Okay, that is mundane plus the influence, the normal effective influence.
Normal effective influence.
Okay, so then
if I use up the influence, it's +2.
If you use up the influence, it's another +1, so that'd be a 5. If you act selfishly, it'd be a 6. If Solar helps you comfort them, which it sounds like they are, it would be a 7.
I'm happy to say that I was helping in that instance.
I'm going to shift my freak down and my mundane up.
Okay. Spend 2 team then for the selfish and the help. How are you acting selfishly then, I guess?
It's coming from a selfish place, as in like, I need you to be on your game because you're great PR and I'm a black hole machine. So if anything goes bad, I need you to have my back.
Okay, so you're coming at it from a very selfish place, which I might not be noticing right now. But Yeah.
This is very much like a the character I want to equate it to is, I don't know if everyone has played through Baldur's Gate yet, but this is, I'm very much Astarioning you. I'm trying to like get on your good side.
Okay. Are you playing it up a bit for the audience or anything like that, or are they a factor in this? Since this is like probably something that will go viral amongst within your audience later.
Oh, they were
Then
already shipping
yes.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that ship is now canon.
Yep. I'm playing it up for the audience.
Perfect.
All right. So I haven't actually read Comfort and Support.
I haven't either.
First time we've done it this
on a hit.
session, this game.
They hear you mark potential, clear condition, or shift labels if they open up to you, which you kind of did also.
Yeah. I would say that I already did that. But okay, so I get to clear a condition, which I will do. I will remove hopeless.
Yep, just keep it up. Good work.
Thanks.
Don't,
Good night.
Good night. Don't say your address. Don't say my name. Don't say my address. Bye. just like speed off.
Perfect. As you speed off, I think we see Solar come in the door, and the light clicks on.
He's sitting in the chair.
No, not your dad. Your stepmom is sitting in the chair,
Dun dun dun.
just listening to the podcast. She paused. You clearly, just before you walked in, she had just stopped listening. And she says, "So I take it went well?" The ominous facade breaks, and she's very excited.
I think it went well. We got two of the people. The two-part plan worked, I guess, as much of a plan as it was.
All right. Well, I think, yeah, she's just gonna say this with how she is. She says, "Well, it's been a long night, and you've done a lot. If you need to call in sick from school, if you're feeling under the weather," she like winks at you. The stream doesn't see. I can let the school know if you've caught something from this. But I think she probably she has some kind of like either snack or gift for you as a very small congratulations on a successful mission thing. That she in the last few hours, like it's not something she went out to buy. It's something that she probably like got from home, already had it at home, or something like that. It's relatively small, but she still is sort of giving it to you when you get home. What type of gift do you think it is? And I don't know what her gift, how good she would be at gift giving. Like, is it like she got you a mug or something like that, or is it?
I'm very curious about the Void's raised hand.
I was just gonna ask, when we hit our 5 potential ticks, do we immediately?
Yep, immediately.
Excellent. I know exactly what I'm gonna take.
I've had
keep
What
going.
do we-
on other
what do we
campaigns have had
do?
people level up mid-fight.
Then, okay. As for gift, probably it is some sort of food, which has been made overnight, or like as she was listening to the thing, which, is not a great gift considering we just came from a pancake house and I am absolutely stuffed.
She probably gave you like a dessert
Have an
then
idea.
or something. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I have an idea. It's all the constituent pieces of s'mores, and she expects you to provide the flame.
Yes, that's perfect.
So she's kind of like expecting, okay, we'll have a chat about it and we'll talk all about it. And
Yeah, like
hear it
s'more skewers or something
from
like
me
that.
as we do s'mores. Yep. I don't know how I'm actually feeling about her invitation to skip school or not. Like, part of me is like, that would be so nice. I'm running on no sleep. And another part of me is like, but that's wrong. That's not doing what I should be doing.
Do you let
In
her?
the end,
Does she
that
notice? And
part is going to win.
I was gonna say
I
she
think
could speak up if she notices your inner conflict.
I mean, yeah, sure, she can speak up, but I think I'm going to go with the no. I have to go to school. I have to do everything right and do this properly, and that's not just skipping because I'm tired.
You say that to her?
Yeah,
okay.
Though not in those words, because
yeah, with the
is
veil of feeling sick.
Yeah.
She puts her hand on your shoulder, and I don't know how close you are necessarily with her in terms of like what if she has if she calls you honey or dear, or like some parental
It's been a
nickname.
long time, and it's fine.
Okay, she says, honey, you have you've had a long night of very important work. If you need some time to recover, then school will wait. What you're doing, and she's gonna use her influence to lower your mundane and up your superior. And she's telling you that your superhero stuff is more important than school.
Apparently, I'm just determined to reject all of the influence.
Okay.
Because no.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay, so make the roll first and then see what I get to say.
Yeah, see how you feel. If you want to spend a team, you can act selfishly.
Reject influence doesn't roll
Oh,
with
it doesn't based on anything, so you
Oh.
can't act selfishly, because, yeah.
Yeah.
It just hits hard. So you take a
So
condition.
she downs my mundane and
She
ups my
downs
superior?
your mundane and ups your superior.
Alright. So I guess I reply with, yeah, I guess maybe you're right. But it doesn't feel right, but it's not like I'm going to be doing anything useful in school at this point anyways. I'm just going to fall asleep at the desk.
I'll call the school if that's the case. They'll they know to take care of it.
Thanks.
Go get some
And
sleep.
I again just give her a hug before heading upstairs. With another reason to feel the only condition I have of guilty.
Perfect.
So for my potential advancement thing, as the Nova, I could take the Bull's Heart from the Bull playbook. So I took that.
Ooh. Okay.
My love is solar.
Your love is solar. We'll see how genuine it is, or how much it's a PR mask.
And my rival is my brother, Barney Barlow, because of course.
Okay.
And the role I fulfill for both is friend. When you combat or when you comfort or support your love or rival, mark potential on a hit. When your love or rival comforts or supports you, mark potential when they roll a hit.
Nice. Speaking of your brother, I think now's a good time to see him. We skipped to Void getting home at 3 a.m. on a motorbike. No one was waiting up for you intentionally, but when you walk in the door, you can see your twin brother is rummaging around the fridge trying to find a snack and failing. So he looks like you walk in full costume. And he says, "Hey, where'd all the food go?"
You don't want to know.
I thought there were leftovers.
It wasn't me. It was fucking morgue, man.
Can we lock our fridge? This is like the 7th time this month.
Listen, he's good at lockpicking too. I don't understand. How is he dead and so dexterous?
Okay, well,
I throw him my leftovers.
I was going to say, okay, yeah, he was about to say something else, but yeah, he's like, oh, you sure?
Yeah, I mean, we just did a mission. We went to Waffle House and Froyo.
Ooh, went badly then?
No, it went pretty good.
Oh,
it was
okay.
Celebratory. So
nice.
I got to be up in 3 hours.
Yeah.
What are your plans?
School.
Does he go to normal school or does he homeschool also?
He probably. Oh, he actually.
I think he also goes to homeschool.
I think he used to go to homeschool, but he requested to go to like public school. So he is. I can't remember how old any of you guys are. I have it in my notes though.
Void is like 16, so his brother's also 16.
Perfect. I do have it in my notes.
15, 16-ish.
Okay. Sweet. I think he actually does go to school. He used to, as I said, he used to get homeschooled until this semester. He's trying out public school. So he has school in the morning.
You're really smart, so you're gonna do great.
He shrugs at that.
I mean, you made your leg, and then I go, oh shit, I probably shouldn't have brought up his leg.
Yeah. I think at this point he's like, how long ago was it? This was like 4 years ago.
3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years ago. So he says, yeah, it's he like looks down at it or glances at it briefly. He's probably just, yeah. It's something, but I don't know. I don't think he looks like he's about to open up to you, but changes his mind and says, thanks for leftovers. I'm gonna eat these in bed.
I want to pierce his mask so bad.
Are you doing it then?
Yeah.
Okay, roll with mundane.
Oh wait, when I made him
You made him your rival.
It says when you can change your lover rival at any time. Give the new person influence over you. So does he start with influence over me?
I would guess that's not the same thing. I'd guess no, except that's part of the bull's thing, so it might be a yes. The influence section for the general bull says that your love and rival gets influence over you.
I'd say no in this case because
because it just says I take the bull's heart.
And if we redid the influence section,
it says it in the description. You can. Oh no, I see.
So in my Nova playbook, it says you could take the bull's heart from the bull's playbook.
Yeah, I think then that currently he does not have influence over you.
Okay, I don't have influence over him, so
that's a 10, unless something is interfering with it.
No.
Okay. So with a 10, you can ask one question. Oh, that's reading the wrong thing.
3
questions.
How could I get your character to open up to me?
Oh, I think you need to. I guess the right way to put this is don't talk about powers or super heroics to him. Like, engage with him like a normal, non-powered person.
Okay. And then I'm going to also ask, what is he really planning?
He's looking for a place to belong. I was going to save this, but this is how the rolls work. I think you spot something that until tonight wouldn't be that notable. Sort of sticking out of one of like his pocket or something, and just the jeans he pulled on to come downstairs. I think you spot
it gets dubbed to a magic show.
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
No, my brother's a wizard.
He's not a wizard yet. But he's
okay.
planning to belong to something. And
you know who's
wizards are able to do powers without having powers.
Okay. How can I ask the same? How could you, but a different question?
Oh yes.
Okay. can I get your character to not become a wizard?
Okay. Yeah. You so
Invite him to be the team mascot. He'll love it.
mascot doesn't. I think he needs you need to he needs something of his own to belong to. So I think to get him to not become a wizard, you need to direct his interest towards something else like that can replace his interest in wizardry.
Got it.
I'm going to leave it pretty open as to what that would be, but he won't just stop. It needs that intention needs to be replaced with a different target.
Yeah. So Barney, you're gonna like join any clubs? You're going to Halcyon High, right? I heard they have a really good robotics club.
Yeah, they do. I spoke with them and I don't know. I like my like. I mean, I am happy with the leg, but I don't know if it's something I want to do long term. So I've been trying out different clubs. There's a magic club where they play cards. But yeah, but there's a bunch of different ones.
I mean, I think I am your brother, so take this with a grain of salt. That if you went into something you were really good at, you might be able to have a better effect on not even the city, like the world, like more than they look around, more than mom.
Because you already pierced his mask, I'm going to be a bit more open about how you read him in my description. So I'll say, like, you can tell that he thinks that you're not being, like he doesn't think you're intentionally mocking him when you say that, but he doesn't buy it.
No, like, for real. They take, like, you see those Boston Dynamics guys? Those are crazy.
It's like, he's quiet for a bit, and he says, You
got a real mechanical mind, bro.
I'll think about it, he says. You can tell it's 90% to get you off his back. You're gonna need to probably engage with him a couple times, or it's gonna take more than just a simple convincing.
A night. Yeah.
But he's like has his the leftovers you gave him in his hand, and is like on the foot of the stairs going up and stopped when you were talking to him. So he's ready to go back to sleep.
Let me know. If anyone messes with you, I will come and beat them up. With just these hands.
Thanks, he says.
All right. Love you, bro.
You too. It almost catches in his throat. He chokes it out. And he goes upstairs.
All right. I go pass out on the couch.
Yeah. That entire time I had this scene in my head of you in the kitchen with Barney with an egg in a frying pan. This is your brain. This is your brain on the weave. And you smash it. Cantrips, Barney. Not even once.
Not even once. The first one's free. When you get first level spells, you gotta come back. You gotta keep coming back.
Yeah. I also unlocked a move.
Okay, what did we see?
Is it gonna send it?
No, you gotta copy and paste.
Oh, that's annoying. But I learned the solution to that in grade school.
That's
can you replace it? Can you make it grave school?
It basically lets me roll superior for brain problems instead of freak.
Nice.
What's it from?
It's from the Harbinger playbook.
Ah. I think
but
that's
I felt like it fit nicely with having a
Yeah.
superpowered mentor and being an undead teenager who's been alive longer than teenagers should be teenagers.
I like it. Okay.
So all of my stupid detective things I can roll superior for instead of freak for, which will have better results.
That makes sense. Awesome.
It's not like I don't know. I couldn't really find any that made a lot of sense for him, and the Harbinger playbook felt like the most adjacent to the hero. I also don't want to take really any more of the protege moves.
Because you started with 3 already.
I start with 3, and then 2 of the advancement options are take another move, and there's only like 6 of them.
Only 6 in total, so you're going to end up with 5 of the 6, yeah.
Yeah, and like I don't really want any of the ones that directly involve my mentor because I don't like them.
Fair.
So Fireside Chat is out.
That's true. Okay.
And because I don't really want to go to the Justice Tower or whatever we called it to.
I don't think we named the tower itself, but yeah.
I thought it was the Justice Tower.
Justice
Yeah, I'm
Tower.
pretty sure it was.
Yeah, but like I don't really want to go hang out with him. He's kind of an ass, so that one's out. And like I don't really care if someone gives me. The other one is when someone gives you advice you think your mentor would give, which also means I'm not going to listen to it. So
it's when you give someone else advice, actually.
Oh, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
So,
kill them for
I'm not going to say fry them in their sleep.
That's fair. So I think I wanted to check with Zen if we want to see where Glitch goes. You said you were hanging around and people watching, but we also haven't seen your caretaker yet.
Yeah, he'd go home eventually. I mean, I do have some ideas for the caretaker if you hadn't come up with them yet.
No, I was sort of leaving that part mostly in your end. So I think we probably see like maybe just one panel of like the sun starting to rise. It's like 5 or 6 a.m. by the time you like say goodbye. Say goodbye to one of the people that you had clearly been talking to for a while at the Waffle House that was in the back.
Clearly annoyed by my presence at this point.
Yeah. And then you head back. What does it look like? I do have some ideas, but I'll incorporate that into what you describe.
Yeah, it's basically the woman that takes care of Glitch lives in it's like a 2-story brownstone, like just nice row houses. And yeah, he comes inside just as she's like getting up in the morning and making coffee. It's a elderly woman with like gray hair, like shoulder length. She used to be sort of a street level superhero called Silverclaw. She has like one bionic arm. Perfect. And she's sort of a Misty Knight kind of, hero for hire, but on a street level kind of thing.
Perfect. Okay, yeah, so she's now, I think, in her, like, 70s, I think you said, and was working...
Well retired,
yeah. So, you get home, basically, just as she's waking up and getting up. I considered voicing her with really bad smoker's lung, but I'm not sure if we want to go, if that fits.
How's it going, Smooth Skin?
Come on in and sit down.
Something like that. But I want to check if that fits your vision of her.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, she's probably a bit gruff, but got out of the superhero game because of sort of increasing authoritarian control over the superhero gig. Like she was an independent.
She was independent. She got forced out. Softened a bit with retirement after initially not being like she's probably not that soft, but she's softened from her hero days at least.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, she says, "Glitch." Does she call you Glitch? Actually, that's your hero name.
Yeah. I think every time she addresses me, it's a different name. Like she's trying
to
them
see what
on to
fits.
see what, to see if
Okay.
one fits.
Yeah. Then she says, "Oh, you're back. I thought you were upstairs. You probably have a room set aside for yourself, but you presumably wouldn't make as much noise as a normal person. So I don't know for sure."
Yeah, yeah. If it's a fairly utilitarian room, doesn't have much in the way of personality, mostly because Glitch doesn't.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you want any coffee? Have you tried coffee yet? I'm sure I offered you some like 5 times.
yes, I do enjoy it.
All right.
Do you
Take mine.
do you
I'll
have a
brew
minute?
another. Yeah, of course. And she like sits down as she like is putting jam on a bagel. She's listening.
We went on our first sting operation today.
Oh wow. Who against?
A group of wizards.
Huh. Yeah, there was one around back in my day.
Apparently there is someone named the Wand Maker who is supplying arms to all of them.
Like weapons?
Yes, small stick-like devices that throw magic.
Huh. Interesting.
But I can't shake the feeling that this isn't what we're doing isn't it's not like any of the historical recountings that I'm familiar with. It's all very messy.
Yeah. She thinks for a moment as what to say as she finishes and with putting jam on her bagel and puts away like the um condiments, thinking what to say while she says that, and then she says, "Superheroing nowadays is not quite the same as what it was back in the things you might remember, things as they were back in my day too. Even then, they were a bit different, but criminals are smarter. They're a lot less out in the open. Try to keep things hidden, and it's a lot harder to nail them down. They work together, but I think honestly it's a bit of an arms race with heroes and villains finding new ways to beat each other up. Back in my day," she says without a hint of irony, um, we most of the people that I took down were just like small groups or single people with a couple mooks under them. They were all like they were making trouble, but they I guess there was Anna in it. Sorry to say, but I think that Anna's gone and left town. It doesn't mean that what you're doing is wrong, but it's a lot trickier now. People aren't just gonna go up to you and fight you like mano y mano. They're gonna hide and trick and uh, get the lawyers involved. Speaking of which, uh, meant to tell you about this. She was going to use her influence, but then got distracted as she opens. She shows an open envelope to you, letter still inside, or addressed to her. Um, actually, no, it would be it's addressed to you, and all it's labeled is like the entity that is like created from the archive of and then it names the specific like full business name of the museum.
Mhm.
This you open it up and you read it. I assume it's
Yeah.
a letter from the museum director of the now destroyed museum of superheroics. He wants to meet with you with his lawyer to discuss and come to an agreement about ownership rights.
God damn it. Am I getting a cease and desist on intellectual property?
Not yet. You're being softballed right now. I don't think it actually directly says the word lawyer, but Silverclaw actually like explains to you that this is probably a prelude to something that is more legally involved.
So yeah, he Glitch reads over the letter and sets it down and looks over and says, Miriam, I find this very confusing. Why? What does this mean?
Well, the museum that you guys all teamed up in and your fight, you, the data you're built from, that's the intellectual property of the museum. I don't like IP laws, especially for historic stuff. I knew some of these guys. Shouldn't be a thing, but the museum organization, even if the building's gone, the organization's still around, and they own the rights to the data you were made from, or, or is a part of you. Maybe they just want to meet you and see what they help make. But I gotta be honest, my cynicism says they probably want something more.
They claim ownership over a piece of me?
It's I don't know. It's like I guess it's like my arm, I suppose. It's a part of me, and I built it. So that's fine. But if in this situation, imagine if I built that arm from a bunch of stuff I took from other people. Is that arm still mine even though I built it and part of my body? Or is it still theirs because it's their parts? She kind of like raises her arms in a exaggerated shrug and says, "We're gonna figure this out. I don't think that we need to jump the gun on anything. Maybe they just want to get a copy of the data. Should be fine. But this is new
I do not.
territory.
I do not like this feeling.
Hey. She comes closer to you and puts her hand on your shoulder and says, "No matter what, you're your own person. You don't have to do what anyone tells you to do. You." I think I'm pausing. I don't think she pauses to find the words, but I think she says, No person can be owned by anyone else. Period. You're a person. We just gotta make that clear to them. Alright? And now she's definitely using her influence. She's gonna up your mundane and down your freak.
Hmm. Um, I'm gonna try to reject that. I think because
Okay.
he's not feeling
It's
like
not.
a normal person.
Yeah.
This is not a situation that makes you feel normal.
Yeah. Perfect.
Someone wants to download a copy of you?
Just a copy of your memories. It's fine.
Yep. Okay. Well, it happens.
Market condition, anyways, as well. So I think if the words hit hard, I imagine it means more if you're left alone with a letter. So she says, now, eat this bagel. I'll get another one later. I got a running group I got to join. But let me know if you have any thoughts on this. Back in a bit. And she goes out with her, like, jogging friends.
Okay. I have one question as to whether or not this applies.
Ooh. I think it does. Um, I guess my question is, are you focused on it seems like the letter is now a bigger problem, but I guess which one in this scene do you think applies? The wizard problem or which one do you want an answer about?
I mean, I think the letter just took precedence.
Perfect. Um, I think then as she's heading out the door, she says, what's meant to be a way to placate you, not placate, that's too shallow word, but to make you feel better as part of this comfort and support. She says, "Oh, besides, we have the name of the director Mallard is the name of the director." And he says, "Besides, I know someone who was close with director Mallard. She like says this person's name, and that before the Mallard was involved with the museum at all, um, he used to be a part of Aegis. Um, one of her retired Aegis, one of her friends is a retired Aegis agent. Apparently, they used to work together, and
And now they run together.
I don't think they run together today. She said she's gonna give him a call, basically, and ask him like about Mallard and what this whole deal is. Um, so she lists his name, and what you know is that she keeps a phone book with all her contacts and all of their phone numbers in like a paper phone book.
Okay.
So you if you want to do that yourself, you can. But I think if you want to find out more information about this director before you meet with them, she knows someone who
Yeah.
has access.
Okay. Well, if I'm accepting her help, she can rewrite one of my lessons.
Okay. What are your current lessons? I can pull them up.
Says, I am blank. A superhero should fly by the seat of his pants, always do what needs to be done to help, and never blank.
Okay. I think
Wait, the first I am blank.
I am blank is currently one of them. It's like I am and it's not filled in yet. So,
Mhm.
Probably I am a person.
can
Yeah.
she rewrite a blank one?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I think because
Better
of
pick.
you trying to reject the influence, I think it's going to say, um,
I am not a person.
not. I think it's going to be mixed. I think what it's going to be is, well, these aren't things you inherently believe. No, it's going to go with I am a person, um, with all of their rights. And because
legally a person.
Yeah, because the blank slate thing isn't inherently beliefs because you can reject and embody them separately.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
By the way, what condition did you take?
Oh, the two that most apply kind of suck for how I'm playing this character. I think there is fear. I am afraid.
I like it.
And
Okay.
that will lead to other things that are even worse for me.
Perfect. Morg, we've had one-on-one scenes with everyone else. Do you want to have a one-on-one scene?
Sure.
It's up to you, but yeah, what is it? What do you?
Oh, I'm patrolling the streets
Because you don't
in the wee
need to
hours
sleep
of the
either,
morning.
so you just go back out on patrol.
Yeah. I'm staring up at buildings, trying to see if I can catch a glimpse of a stone tower peeking out of the skyline.
Okay. Do you want to make a roll for that, or do you want someone to join you and have a conversation while you're on general patrol?
Oh, I figured, realistically, the person that would join me is a stupid little robot.
Yep. You hear the voice first because the drones are are like weirdly quiet. The drones have Batman disappearing when you're not looking at them powers, apparently.
Yeah.
So behind you, you hear the voice say, you have a mission, and I don't think this is a part of it. And you see, yeah, the floating drone voice of Justice Beam.
You don't think looking for a high-level arms dealer is a valid mission?
It's not the mission I gave you.
Well, the mission you gave me involves weird science I don't know.
What did you find?
Nothing. I tried to break into the hospital to steal blood information. Nothing. I tried to get the files sent to me directly. Nothing. I don't know how malaria works. He's a made-up bug monster who hasn't resurfaced. There's been no new information. We don't even know how she got infected.
There's a pause. And then Justice Beam says, that's it? That's all you've found?
Pulled off a sting operation.
Irrelevant to the case. I expected better of you. I know you can do better. I've seen it. You were in the hospital. How did you get out without the information? Did they delete it from the server? Did
No.
the hospital workers overpower you?
I ran away before they could.
There. And the drone, like, gets closer in your face. That is your problem. You are doing good work. So let nothing stand in the way of that. He continues and says, you are... I think he says, you are afraid of justice. You need to learn that the enemies of justice are the ones who should be afraid. He's using his influence on you, which he now has.
Yep.
He is going to up your danger.
He doesn't like danger, but sure.
Oh, I guess you're right. But I think in this case, he's going to up your danger because you're
He
being
still
too...
can.
Yeah. He's like, you're being too non-confrontational. And he's, of course, going to down your savior.
Yeah, I think there's just more arguing back to him about, like, you didn't teach me about transformation cells or whatever.
I think he
Like-
he
like a
retorts like,
techno,
you
like
won't
a
come by the
techno battle
tower
argument.
anymore for more training anyways.
There's not even an elevator. Not everyone can turn into a laser.
You've climbed up before. That might be how you got in the first time. I don't know. He kidnapped you, actually.
I think I died falling off the tower.
Maybe. We'll never know for sure. How many deaths does it take to get to the center of Morg's heart? But yeah, okay. Are you rejecting his influence then if you're arguing back?
No, I'm gonna accept his influence. That like I need to be more decisive. Because like I don't have honestly the way I'm doing the influencing is that I have a good argument against it. Then like I could reject it, but like I don't have a good argument because every time I try to do a thing, it's like I can either beat up the random person in the room or whatever and get what I want, or avoid the problem, and I keep not beating them up, I guess.
Not necessarily. I think after you argue for a bit, he there's a pause in the conversation that he says, "You have your badge, the ones I gave you. You have jurisdiction in this. Tell them to give you what you're after. And if they are on the side of justice, they will obey."
So ominous, boss man.
Malaria is a mystery. We don't know why they're back after so long. We don't know what their new capabilities are, but I suspect they have some. We don't
The
know what
machine
they're
gun
planning.
blood bullets were new.
They were. We don't know what they are planning. We need to find out.
Oh, do you have any leads? Or am I just supposed to keep wandering the city till I get a new lead?
There's a long sigh, and he says, I will get the information from the hospital then. When I give
Thank you,
it...
grand email server.
Yeah. He says, but this is the last time in this case I will pick up the pieces for you. I will send it to you when I have it. Don't disappoint me again. And the drone, like, disconnects the conversation. There's probably, like, a video screen with, like, a very lasery, like, silhouette or something. Because you haven't seen... You said you haven't actually seen him in person before yourself.
Like, not in the... It's hard to tell.
It's... Yeah. But the screen goes black, signaling he basically hung up the call, and the drone flies back into the sky.
Blow a raspberry at him.
Perfect. Yep.
I like to imagine the drone just like when he's done with it, it just drops.
I figured it drops up.
Yeah, it goes
Like,
back
yeah.
to like autopilot
It goes
or
back.
something.
No, it gets blown up by a laser.
Yeah. They're very disposable drones. Very expensive disposable drones.
Yeah, he's taking money from the government to police his district. He's just gonna waste the money. If he comes in under budget, they cut his budget, so he's gotta always.
These are taxpayer dollars, Chief.
So yeah, you had a conversation with Justice Beam. They're still very extreme. But
Justice Beam is a fucking psychopath. I'm just putting that out there.
Justice Beam is more open about... I mean, they killed you, maybe. So
Yeah, at least once.
they're more open about how they are with you than anyone else, I would say.
Yeah, when they say if they're not on the side of justice, they don't mean the metaphorical concept. They mean Justice Beam's side.
Yeah, so the drone leaves, but Justice Beam said he'll get the information from the hospital for you. You just have to wait for it and then act on it when you get it. So, hopefully that's comforting.
Hopefully, it's more a little bit terrifying that I'm going to get lasered in my sleep, but you know.
It's fine. It's fine.
Gotta sleep in a coffin of mirrors so he can't laser you.
Yes, time to break out the sensory mirror deprivation box.
So, everyone has had a solo scene. I think I guess, like, the next. We don't have to go day by day. So, like, do we want to cut to dinner at the Void's house after a few days? Or.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, let's.
So, I think the next.
Mom, my friends are coming over for dinner. She already has.
She
the table
already
set.
is like, I know, yeah. As soon as you decided to do it, she has everything ready. Um, the only question I have, presumably everyone sort of shows up. Does everyone show up at the same time, actually? Is Morg already in the house before dinner starts for some reason?
Morg's in my oven.
I'm late.
You're late? Okay, even better, because everyone's expecting you to already be in the house and you're not.
Yeah.
You're just like that samurai. I forget his name.
Solar, are you streaming this family dinner?
The answer is always yes, unless washroom or at mom's house.
Perfect. Okay. So, I'm thinking
And I
you and
assume that
Glitch
by this
probably
point
arrive at roughly the same time if Morg is late.
I'm probably aiming for early on this one.
Okay. Are you in costume then?
Probably not.
Okay.
This wasn't intended to necessarily be a costume thing, and I don't exactly have a secret identity.
That's
And
true.
it's
You
just
don't.
audio that you transmit anyway.
That's true.
Yes.
So
Okay.
you are streaming the family dinner?
Yes.
I am streaming everything always. Until one of you or someone
Until
convinces me
someone makes it stop, it's always streaming. Okay. Perfect.
You know what? I've got always do what needs to be done to help. I was there hours ago helping Mother Time make dinner.
That's amazing. So yeah, Solar, you walk
So, yeah,
in.
when Void walks in, she turns around and we both say, "We know."
Yep. I should have known. You go to school with me, Glitch. So
Perfect. Solar, when you arrive, I think dinner is not quite ready because Mother Time knows when Morg will arrive. It will be ready then. What is for dinner?
everyone's favorite meal.
Individually?
Yes.
Gummy
Ooh.
worms?
Gummy
Oh, yeah.
worms.
I only eat real food. It's
Yeah. You can just eat, like, that's why you had the froyo before. You can eat whatever you want.
It's just a bucket of gummy worms.
An entire cheesecake. Something utterly inhuman. Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to ask you guys what your favorite foods are as you're eating them later. But for now, yeah, Solar, you walk in, you see I think Mother Time is wearing her costume during this because she knows that Solar will be recording.
I think Void's like, Mom, you don't need to wear the costume. It's just audio. It's not video. It's just audio.
It helps keep people in the it's a reminder. If I don't wear it, I think there will be a slip up or two.
Okay, I'll put on. I can't put on my helmet and eat. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing the costume thing. That's too weird.
Well, I've done it before.
Revealing your secret identity to the team. So secret.
Yeah, I mean, Morg's in just kind of street clothes, but I'm still dead, so it's not.
Yeah, I don't think Morg has a secret identity to divulge.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's not that secret, but like,
Yeah.
it's one of those things people politely don't point it out at the coffee shop.
Yeah. I think your mom whispers in your ear, Void, after cooking is over, that she's gonna go fetch your brother from his room for dinner and talk to him about the whole recording thing. So she heads upstairs for a second. It's just you three in there if you want to have a conversation, but you don't have to.
So your mom really has a thing for like ceramic cows. I thought she'd have a rooster kitchen.
No, it's just because cows are sacred in India, so she
Hmm.
went on like a weird spiritual journey in her 20s. Solar? Is there any way we can?
There is probably a bathroom on the main floor.
Is it really important?
Yes.
And do I need to be a part of this?
Yes.
Are we all hanging out in the bathroom?
You all can come, sure.
All right. I know where it is. Let's go.
Yep, you've came out of the toilet before. I know you know where it is.
I would like to
Perfect.
direct you to
So is which
not
bath?
a guest bathroom, not a guest one.
Not a guest
Not
bathroom.
guest bathroom. Perfect. So you
It's
go
the
up.
I don't
ensuite.
know how. Yeah, I don't know how many bathrooms are in your house, but we don't go to a guest one.
The
I
one
think
downstairs is probably
Master
like a
bedroom.
half bath that's only a sink and toilet, so it's too small for all of you to fit in. Oh, that
No,
would be
that's the guest
hilarious.
bathroom downstairs.
Yeah.
I think I want to say he's like well off, but like not like super super rich.
Yeah.
So I think both him and his brother have their own like ensuite bathrooms, but they're not like big, right?
Is it a shared bathroom?
No, I think they each have their own individual ones.
Okay. Do you go
I've
into
kind of
the?
gotten out of fashion to have like the rooms with the bathroom in the middle. I
Yeah, the
haven't
Jack
seen
and
that
Jills.
in
Yeah.
a hot minute.
Fair. So I guess it's probably the one off of your bedroom then. Void.
Yeah.
But yeah, before Solar steps in, she basically takes out her cell phone, presses a button, and then it's on.
Make sure you take your shoes off
Perfect.
before we get in the
You
tub.
see a text from.
Get in the tub.
Perfect. You see a text from your from Dexter saying, like, you just stated this wasn't a real bathroom break, but sure, whatever.
As I get in, I like show my phone to everyone saying, see, this is why I can't do this.
Do you have to record everything? Because this is like you wanted to meet my mom because you're like a fan, and like we're gonna talk shop. Like, do you like record when you go to school?
Yes?
Don't they
How
all
else
know?
are people going to know what life is like?
They live a normal
Extreme.
life.
Yes, and this is showing them that heroes live that same normal life.
How much do you make off each viewer?
I don't know. I don't really pay attention to the money
There's
stuff.
gotta be so much.
Wait. You have so many viewers, and you are basically on 24/7. You don't know how much money you're making?
No, that's not the important bit.
No. I mean, it's not the main
not
bit,
not
but it's
important.
an important bit. It's not the most important bit. What?
Look,
How much does Dexter take?
I'm not having any issues. I'm sure it's going into a college fund or something.
You should find out.
Yeah. Listen, I saw this documentary about the Nickelodeon stars that were child stars. Man, they get screwed over.
You said this was something that was important.
Sorry.
This is important.
Yeah. This is more important.
There's going to be 2 wild cards at the table tonight. My brother, who I will tell you his name because you are muted, correct?
Yes?
Okay. His name is Barney.
Okay.
I don't know if he's gonna like slip up or not.
He'll.
I've been catching
He
a weird
probably has a
vibe.
code name. For
Sure,
this.
we'll figure out the code name later.
There was definitely a code name agreed upon ahead of time, given how
That's why your
mom
mom's talking to him now. Actually, it wasn't agreed upon
Okay.
ahead of time. She just knows that.
That's
He's
gonna
gonna
go well.
love that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
she
your
just
brother's
knows that he'll agree
friend-
to this code name. It's
Yeah,
fine.
your brother's friend is gonna live stream the whole dinner, so you can't use your real name.
Don't use real names. And then my father, I think, is around. He's a stay-at-home dad, so he's somewhere.
Yeah. He probably
Um,
it's probably actually either he was helping to cook or it's notable that he got to not cook today.
I think it was notable that he got to not cook today.
Okay.
Like, He'll be around. He's just a normal dude, so
Yeah.
I'm sure he's also got a code name.
Actually,
that he's going to
he
love.
just goes by Tim because it's such a common name. He doesn't need one.
Sure. I'm not going to call my dad Tim.
I will. Hey, Dad Tim.
Dad Tim.
No, you'd call your dad Dad. That's
fair. Yeah, everyone just call him Void's dad.
Everyone calls him Dad.
Papa.
Papa.
Yeah, Mr. Void, Mr. Time,
so,
Mr. Time.
I don't know. We'll workshop it. So just can you put it on like a delay in case anything comes up? Like, can you text your guy? Like on live TV, they have a delay where someone curses, they could bleep it.
That kind of defeats the entire purpose of people being sure that what they're seeing isn't being edited.
Okay, we're gonna have a long conversation about this.
Yeah, we are, Void. Broadcast morals are a real thing. It's about integrity.
No, I appreciate the integrity. It's just hard when we're in my house and we found, lots of people end up finding out where you are. I just don't want to have to wormhole out of here.
I'm curious if you're trying to provoke or do some sort of actual move to make me stop. I think at this point I'm open to the idea of it, but I'm not going to risk being pushed. So I'm curious.
What sort of move would this be? I mean, I'm not like comforting and supporting you. I guess it could technically be provoke.
You're directly engaging a threat.
I'm directly engaging a threat. Yeah, I think I'm trying to provoke.
If you did take something from me, you could just take the recording device.
It's true.
If you punch straight through the recording device with a black hole.
Yeah, I think I'm provoking, but not like as negatively connotated as provoking is.
Yeah. But if you have influence over Solar, then they are susceptible to your words.
I don't anymore.
It's not, so you don't need influence to be susceptible. It's up to Marissa, but I think if you have influence over them, they're always susceptible.
Okay. All right, I will roll superior.
Okay.
All right.
That's a 10.
On a 10 plus, both. If they do it, add a team, and if they don't, they mark a condition.
Fine. Because we haven't figured this out for just now, just tonight, we'll figure it out another time what we do in future. But for now, because things haven't been sorted, I'll turn it off for a bit, okay?
Okay.
Oh, while we're on the topic,
can I pull up my phone and start texting?
You also can't record during autopsies. Hasn't come up yet, but that is a HIPAA violation. You're not allowed to stream in the morgue.
Good
to know.
Do
the dead have HIPAA rights? I don't.
Yes, we do.
No. The inanimate dead.
Well, I am the inanimate dead.
No, you are animated.
That's neither here nor there.
All right. So you start texting. What do you say in the text, Solar?
Something along the lines of going to be turning the recording off for a little bit. Should I be saying something ahead to let the stream know? We'll figure this one out later. I don't want to do this totally. I'm so sorry. Yeah, there's a lot of apologies and
you get a phone call.
Disgruntled frustration.
You
phone call in the bathroom.
Phone call?
Well, you don't have to be in the bathroom anymore. You can walk out. The stream's off. So
you can. Yeah, your phone rings. It's Dexter.
All right. Then I step into the Void's bedroom and basically say,
the Void's dirty bedroom.
Yeah.
Yes. Canonically filthy bedroom.
It's better than being crammed into a bathroom. I open it and click
We're
the
all in
button
the bathroom
and say,
still so we can hear you.
Wait a minute, open it? Do you have a flip phone?
Look, Marissa's had a flip smartphone for most of her life.
There's flip smartphones now.
There
it's
are.
a thing.
They're kind of nice.
It's like a folding screen.
Yeah. That's not going to break easily at all.
Nope.
No, not at all.
Honestly,
Thanks,
though, my
Razor.
friend has one,
Good.
and he's had it for a couple of years now, and it's held up way better than I thought it would. Because that was my immediate reaction too. It's like, oh, it's gonna break in a week, but it's still kicking.
Cool. Okay. You answer the phone?
Yep, I answer the phone and basically say, hey, you're on speaker.
There's a notable pause.
You're making this much money? You got a flip phone?
Yeah.
It's a track phone. She pays for
You
her
can
minutes.
see, you can hear the like forcibly reined in temper in his voice, and he says, "Kid, we talked about this."
I know, and I'm sorry, but it's the mom protocol. It's respecting the people who are really, really not okay with this, and I guess I need to do this at least this once until we can figure it out, okay?
I think he's not giving up that easily. I think he says, we've been talking about this, and fans have been excited for this specific dinner since it was talked about days ago. More people are watching now than ever. You are at peak viewership.
Is Glitch there?
I think
bathroom.
you're on speaker. Everyone can hear it.
We're in the bathroom,
so-
and it's the room outside, and we can just hear the speaker.
I was very much intending everyone to be able to hear and converse on this call.
Okay, so I think Glitch will chime in and be like, we all have a right to privacy, and we are all people with our own rights, and we are asserting those rights.
And that's
yeah.
what my team is thinking right now. So
Listen, this is my home with my family, right? Not everyone, my brother specifically, is not very into the
Then
whole...
you shouldn't have invited them for dinner. This is what you signed up for when you teamed up with Solar. This is what Solar signed up for as part of this. This is part of the contract. And you don't just break your word when you feel like it.
What contract? I don't remember signing any.
Solar did. And that's...
Oh, great. That doesn't have anything to do with my place.
No. But it's her word. And you're asking her to break a promise.
I'm not asking her to break a promise. I'm asking her
That's
to not
exactly what
record
you're
my
asking her
family
to do.
dinner.
Don't beat around the bush.
We can do an hour with Borg.
I
We
think
the viewers would like an hour of dead people time.
he's gonna...
How about this?
Sledgehammer...
Can we...
Okay, go ahead.
Can we compromise? Let's set a compromise here. This dinner will not be televised. However, an exclusive one-on-one dinner date between Void and Solar will be live broadcasted in studio.
Provoke
with
him.
Video.
Roll to provoke.
Provoke.
Yeah.
Are you using her agent to get a date?
Oh no, so it's the
Not
opposite.
specifically.
You're using the date to placate the agent.
Yeah.
also, if you fail, I have a happy consequence.
Good.
I have influence over Dexter Dallas.
You do.
So I'm adding my +1.
Okay.
That's a hit.
Okay. Are you going to try and bump that up to a 10? Or leave it at an 8?
So he would choose 1.
He does. Yeah, he doesn't go along with that unless you get a 10.
Okay, how can I get a 10?
You can burn your influence with him for an additional +1 if you want to use it up. And you can act selfishly if you want to increase your superior.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Ooh, and that'll definitely mean that
That it is
when you act selfishly, trigger happens. Say how your actions ignore or insult your teammates.
So you are using it.
So you're setting up a date with Solar without consulting Solar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm bumping my superior up. You know what? I'm downing my savior to -2 if I can.
Yeah, that's the minimum, but it is an acceptable minimum.
That's about right.
Okay. Perfect. So there's a pause, And he
Yeah,
says,
and then I burn my influence with him.
Yep. He says, and it's a date.
That'll give you so many more viewers. More than you could possibly know. You will need to buy another server. How it works? I don't know how it works.
Fine. But Solar, you're announcing it. They're going to hear it better from you.
Mm-hmm.
Good. All right. Turn recording on. Let him know from the heart.
That's a no on Hour of Morgue.
The morgue hour could be the midnight hour.
We'll get back to it.
I think it's a no.
Real morgue hours.
Yep. It's probably called something dumb like the morgue, you know.
I think the Dexter doesn't think that'll sell.
Yeah, he's very. Yeah, my people will call your people. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like we stick a microphone in the box that you sleep in the morgue that you do your like investigating on. It's not gonna sell. It's just gonna be a lot of typing.
It's the dead air that you put on while Solar's sleeping.
Morgue's dead air.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, he is. I think he eventually is placated. He has been brought back from exerting his influence. And yeah, he says, "Solar, you announce it to the stream, and then shut off the stream, and I'll handle it the rest of it from there." And then
Right.
Okay, we'll figure it out later. The future stuff. Hangs up without saying goodbye.
Solar hangs up, takes a moment to collect herself because she is not sure what on earth she feels about this. Thank you very much. And then goes with the right, you just need to do whatever you need to do version of clicks the stream on and says, guys, I'm so sorry. I need to apparently turn off the stream for this dinner. It's been asked, and I need to be able to respect the privacy of the people that I'm with. You know how it works. But in order to make up for it, because I know you guys wanted this so much, we're going to be doing a dinner date with the Void later. I'll let you know when it comes, when I know, but it'll be with camera, and yeah, so there's that to look forward to.
Pog.
The black sun emote is just spamming chat.
Wait, hold on. You mean he's made this an emote? Is this what you're saying?
Basically.
So, sorry about this, but thanks, and I'll turn it on right after when it's done, okay? Sorry, guys. Bye.
Okay.
So the chat is currently exploding with the rumor mill of what happened when you went offline.
What do you think that that was definitely a date proposal that we missed while it was offline?
Proposed.
He totally asked her out on a date. What do you think it looks like? Yeah.
You think there was flowers? Sunflowers?
Thank you so much. I know this is weird, but listen, my brother is he's on the wrong path right now. I saw the other night he had magic show tickets in his pocket. I'm trying to keep him on the trying to keep him on the straight and narrow, guys. I'm trying. This might throw him over the edge if he's recorded.
Perfect.
Does your brother require an intervention?
No. I'm keeping an eye on him. I'm pushing him toward robotics.
I find one spell book in your house.
I will do it myself. I will purge this place into a black hole.
Purge your brother from this mortal coil?
I've already taken his leg.
Wow.
Oh no.
That was an accident, though.
Yeah, accident.
I was 13.
Starting to not sound like one.
Okay.
That was a joke.
So you guys all
offline.
Head downstairs, and you can see that your mom has put out and is currently now putting away named cards that were in front of everyone on the table, so they would remember their code names. No longer needed.
I saved the day, everyone.
Yep. And I think we'll end the session there as you guys all sit down for dinner. We'll play it out next session. because I think that'll
Are we
be
gonna do the whole? Are we gonna play out the whole dinner, or are we gonna skip
some
to the dinner
parts of
date?
it. I think
one thing I want to play.
there's
out,
definitely going to
very
be some dinner, a dinner scene. It might not be the whole thing, but
Yeah.
it's probably like now that you've finished eating and are all sitting there holding your stomachs conspicuously, or something like that. We'll figure it out. But end of session.
Mm.
So at each session, each of you guys choose one. Grow closer into the team, grow away from the team, or grow into your own image of yourself. Who wants to go first?
I'm going to grow away from the team and take influence away from Void for that last save.
Ooh.
I already don't have influence over you.
Oh.
Because I used it
Oh,
up.
Yeah, you used it up to get the 10
plus.
plus.
So I guess
No, I thought you used it up over Dex.
No, I used Dex's too. I used
yeah, but mine.
Okay.
I used both.
Then I guess I have to remove from another character? That doesn't seem right. Never mind, I guess I'll redo that because it doesn't feel right to take it away from either Morg or Glitch on that one.
That's fair.
Where's the end again? Like I can't find it in the book.
I have it on this basic moves PDF. Here.
Oh, session
I'll just
moves
copy
maybe.
paste it.
It's peripheral moves.
End of session. First thing on the
The first thing is start of session, but other than that, yeah, it's very short. So everyone's considering which to pick.
I'm gonna grow into my own image of myself.
Figuring out your labels.
Yeah, I mean, mundane's definitely going back down.
I guess. Do you want to explain how you now see yourself and how that's changed, and then I can maybe help advise on the labels.
Yeah, it's revolving around that lesson that I learned that I'm a person with all of my own rights, but it still doesn't feel that way. Like, yeah, I might be legally protected, but I'm not one of these people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You could go with freak if you want to feel other. You could go with superior if it's more about the rights and I want to more like control what happens to me.
That's more the thing. He's like trying to assert control over what's happening to him.
That's
so I think I'll
superior.
go down mundane, up superior.
I think I'm doing the same, more like growing into my own image of myself. Like, hey, I am a person, but it's also like I'm taking control of the situation.
That's fair. So you are doing the same label change?
Yeah, I'm my mundane is now 0. My superior is now 2.
Okay. Morgan Solar.
Growing away from is take influence over you.
Away from someone.
Take influence over you away from someone, so they no longer influence you. Someone on the team, so it can't be Justice Beam.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that doesn't matter. That's the only one I care about. Yeah. I mean, Solar. Honestly, I'm gonna say I grew closer to the team. Solar made me feel more welcome. She empathized with me over waffles and stuff about this being a fun superhero-y experience. And she seems really committed to her bit, and I can respect that.
I can respect committing to a bit as the dead guy.
Yeah, you guys were surprisingly pretty split on the recording thing as well.
All right. Influence. And did I already have influence over you or no?
Yes.
Okay, then Waffle House.
Means...
that's mundane up and freak down.
Okay.
That's fair.
Oh,
Waffle
and
House, I
clear
feel like
condition. Whoop whoop. No longer insecure.
The waffles made you more secure.
frozen yogurt at the
One
Waffle
time
House.
Waffle House food has ever done that to anyone.
Listen, it just took a dead guy eating it to happen.
That's fair.
This feels weird given the last scene, but I think I am gonna go with Glow closer to the team. And I'm going to go with the Void, because if I can't take influence away, I guess I'm giving influence and clearing my condition. Because the condition I'm clearing is guilty, and after the last scene, I don't feel guilty for anything I'm doing, because I know I'm right, because you're all wrong.
Perfect. Justice Beam approves.
Great,
Justice
that's the
Beam
person I want to
plus it.
do.
All right. Then I think we are good.
Yeah.
Did we do faster advancement questions last time or no?
What do you mean?
How do you... What advancement questions?
Page 238, you can modify advancement by asking 3 questions at the end of a session.
Oh,
Ah,
I don't think we
I
did.
It
have...
means you advance faster.
Yes. I've never done that in any Masks game, actually, that I've played.
I'd probably vote against, simply because most of the time in Masks game, it's, yeah, but I don't want any of them.
That's fair.
Did we do the... Isn't there a end of session question for each playbook?
I
Is
don't think
there?
it's every playbook, but some do have that. Doomed, I think, has one for, like, if they've been fighting against their Doom properly, for example. But no, not all playbooks have that. It'll just be part of their moves.
Yeah.
End of session and Masks is generally a lot faster than most other Power by Apocalypse games.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
you used to have to take like half hour, 15 minutes.
Yep, that's why I only
get
called
through
it like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so next week we will not be on for that week, but we should be back the week after. Yeah, various reasons. But we should be back the week afterwards.
Cool.
So we will see what happens at the dinner then. Thank you everyone for watching.